Awesome.
Hey guys, Tales of Turam here. We're back with another side story that involves Theolyn here, who is being played by Chiron, if you want to say hi,
Hello.
and Liliana, who is being played by Gesh. You do not know this character, if you want to say hi.
Hello.
Liliana is a character from the Fafnir game, and Theolyn has been part of the Fafnir game for a little bit. I haven't been recording if you remember him from Tales of Oh, my dog wants in Tales of Fire and Steel. My dog wants in, so give me 1 second if you guys want to say something really quick.
We're gonna die, possibly.
We are not gonna be
Oh.
alive.
Never mind, my dog's gonna run away. Anyways,
Uh,
yeah. Tales of Fire and Steel left off with Theolyn and Ryan attempting to get to Kutola, wherein they would meet the Fafnir people. We'll go over that in the next installment of it that we make. However, at the moment, Theolyn has had a lot of character growth and character development. And yeah, so this is like the third side session we've done with him, with Liliana specifically. And yeah,
Well,
the party of Fafnir is currently fighting an ancient demon lord general known as Vesterial, the miasmic spear. And we're gonna start around there. If you want to skip to about 20-ish minutes, there's gonna be a few descriptions of adult stuff and disgusting stuff that you may want to miss. So about 20-25 should be the 20 to 25 minutes should be around the time that we're actually starting, because I'm going to be describing a lot of stuff and going over some backstory here. So, without further ado, the party of Fafnir, aided by Theolyn, the Sword of Shugaroth, as he's been called multiple times. Jesus, that is thundering outside. Sorry if you hear the hail and thunder. I don't know why it just suddenly started freak storming outside on a sunny day. But Theolyn, aiding the Fafnirian group, who, under the guise of wanting to defeat the Great Lich Horacles, have made their way to Kutola on accident after having their party dismantled by a kraken. During their travels in Kutola and trying to find and defeat the forces of Horacles on the island, or figure out what they're going to do, they came across a dragon, who they fought, and eventually realized that defeating it was not the best course of option, as it held the seal to an ancient demon lord's general, known as, to the party's knowledge now, Vesterial, the mother of the miasmic spear. The group descended into the chaotic underbelly of this sealed grotto, this glade within the forests of Kutola, and making their way through the tunnels coated in miasma. Jesus, this day just doesn't want me to record a session, does it? Making their way through the tunnels, eventually found their way to the boss room, where they managed to defeat, very easily, multiple high CR battles of vestiges of the broken mind of Fysterio, until they got to the last two of the 8, known as the Eclipse, one that seemed to be on the opposite side of the one known as the Onyx Heart, and asked the party an aid to destroying it. The party began their combat with the Onyx Heart, and that is where we left off. So, as the battle begins, let me go ahead and resume the music. We see on the recording it is up to. Okay, let me turn that down a little bit. So, as we continue from where we left off, as this woman, this female vampire, of palish skin, beautiful platinum hair that falls from a jagged, crooked, and rusted black crown, red miasma and purple smoke coming off of her, the world darkening as she seems to float into the sky, summoning a spear of dark iron and red malice. Floats above, levitating above the group. We watch as a golden figure known as Bill the Blessed jumps, the vestige sword of Soon in his hands, ready to strike down this creature. She takes her hand and throws him to the side with magic that she has used only a few times this battle, telekinesis, this very, very powerful vampire general. Seems ready to throw down. And as he is thrown to the side, the dark clouds of miasma seem to eat and thrust him away from the battlefield, as the entire stone chamber that seals this creature's main body disappears, and you find yourselves in a vortex, a swirling void that consumes all. Around you, large space-like stars blink out as clouds form of red and purple, creating this almost deep space scenic view, like you're looking through the Hubble telescope itself. And you see, floating and standing in this space, everyone of the party. Corwin, who else is in the party? Storm, and even Kit, who seems to be in the distance, seemingly not seen by this individual, who seems to be holding on to a piece of rubble that seems to be floating around, being eaten by the destructive waves of this area. Jesus, Chewie, my dog keeps coming up to scratch on my door, but he doesn't want to come in. Anyways, as this happens, the Onyx Heart looks down towards Liliana and the group, as well as Theolyn. Well now, it's 7-on-1. That's not fair. Let's thin the herd a little. As she takes her spear, taps it on an invisible ground beneath her where she levitates, and you watch as the miasma suddenly becomes these large arms of cloud-like smoke that reach out and envelop like tunnels each of you. Well, the two of you, as well as the rest of the party. And as you hold your arms there, bracing for impact, the miasma spreading throughout your body into your nostrils. The events of last time happened, where you were thrust, pulled out by the King in Iron into the scorched fields for Pyre's birthday, or Day of Creation. Oh my god, and now my dog wants in again!
We are so cooked. That's just a joke.
Sorry. Pulled away for Pyre's Day of Creation, a birthday celebration of sorts, wherein you, Theolyn, did propose to the elemental woman, we'll call her, the primal. Wherein you managed to impress your patron, the King in Iron, managing to go to surpass even his will for but a moment. Wherein you and Liliana managed to get engaged to individuals of this bloodline. Wherein you saw the beauty of the Scorched Lands, the King's Valley. Before you were unceremoniously pulled away, turning to embers, wherein you found yourselves not donning any of your items, pulled away, and suddenly falling. And we're going to remove this track, /stop. That's not the one I wanted, /stop. /play. And then let me go ahead and get the actual music here now. So, What time is it? Oh, 9. Okay. So they may be able to come back sooner than I thought. /play, query, the enter. So, as the two of you find yourselves falling for a second, bursts into embers and flames. My dog's staring at me because he's scared of the storm, apparently. But as you find yourselves falling, Liliana, you find yourself catching a wooden and metal piece of pole, almost like a rafter, as you find yourself in a dark space. You as well, Theolyn, finding yourself landing on a cold floor for a second. Both of you completely butt naked. Liliana in the middle of dripping some strange liquid out of her member that she has been grown because of a spell that's the individual used because they prefer big, meaty men. Missing all of your items, unfortunately, because you never put them back on. I gave you guys time to say you were putting them back on before you got teleported. You prefer to do some roleplay, and I enjoyed that. So thankfully, because of that, you both get a DM's inspiration.
Oh, nice. Rip to Cerelius.
Cerelius?
He's in my brooch. I don't have it anymore.
And the lizard. Oh.
We're gonna get to that, because Sorel is not in your brooch. And now my brother's calling for my dog. Jesus fucking...
Oh boy. Well, there goes that. I thought maybe the shock would have let him say I kept it for the story. Kit's gonna be mad.
So, as you fall butt naked onto the floor, feeling a bit drained yourself, I'll say, did I already make you roll a con save to see if you were drained enough? No, I didn't have you because you didn't do it multiple times vigorously. But as you fall butt naked on the cold stone floor in this dark room, you can see a bit of moonlight is passing through. It would be just morning light that's coming through. Some blinds. A bit of dust fills the air, not much. But you could see above you on some rafters of metal and stone, there are a few hanging tapestries and towels and whatnot. Not very fine tapestries, but hanging there is also Liliana with a big member. As you're both completely butt naked. And Theolyn, this room looks very familiar.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The architecture is made of a sandy kind of stone and metal with very few facets of wood, which you immediately ping as Dorathian make. And you start to look around, and you haven't seen this place probably in a while, if you have seen it before, but it looks very familiar. As you begin to stand up, Liliana, you do look down and see Theolyn naked as well.
Well, this is awkward.
I recognize we're in Durath, and I know Liliana, but I couldn't tell you where. But this feels familiar. I pat my body.
Familiar.
So you guys feel like you're in a kitchen almost. It seems to be a little bit of a larger kitchen.
Oh no.
There is a window that seems to have a bit of its blinds are drawn. There's a sink or a basin for water that seems to have a drain to it. And you do hear from one of the other rooms away from the kitchen movement. Like someone has heard you guys talking and land, and you are definitely in the middle of someone's house.
Oh fuck. Can I go to the window, rip off the curtain, and wrap it around myself so I'm not naked?
As you rip it off and wrap it around yourself, you look out to a very familiar sight. Your hometown.
Oh!
And from this distinct area, you know that building. That's the Castoran Palace. the way you're looking, the direction you're looking, and the distance it is. Isn't this your like childhood home?
Oh God.
no.
At this point, you do see walking in to the house as Liliana's like falling down from the rafters, I assume, right? Getting down?
Yeah. Like,
You see walking in is this man in full plate mail of iron and platinum with golden lining to it, a cloak of gold that falls over his left shoulder, a helmet that completely covers his face, and a great sword on his back holding a shield on his left arm. As he walks in, you can see he holds it forward, a tower shield a shield that seems to form into a tower shield. Not by metal, but you see him like thrust it forward, and suddenly rays of divine golden light seem to fall down to create a larger shield and up as well, almost like a riot shield in sense. And he seems to pull his sword off his back, which glistens with divine light too, as you see in the very center of the shield a golden serpent, the symbol of Shugaroth, as he looks to you. Who are you? Identify yourselves.
Is this my dad?
I will say Theolyn never got to meet his dad, his father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I assumed the entire time, because you never mentioned anything about your father.
I had never mentioned anything about my mom either, but
Yeah, I knew you had a mom though.
Well, we'll just say we haven't met my father.
Yeah, your character hasn't met you.
It doesn't.
Maybe once or
it doesn't
twice, but
matter.
you were too young to actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm Theolyn.
You're Theolyn.
Yeah.
He looks at you for a second, up and down. Oh, you see, like there's even through the helmet, you could see like an obvious look of what the fuck did I just get walking on, as he looks over to the obvious. If you'd like to describe your character, Liliana, because they know about Theolyn, but describe your character and add the extra detail, please.
Go on. Describing great, glorious detail.
Girthy, great, glorious.
Dripping detail.
Okay, but you gotta also remember the band that's there, the golden band.
Yeah. The one magic item you got to keep.
Yep.
Goblin, I hate you so much.
Describe your character, please.
You just see this silver-haired, brown-skinned, and purple-eyed girl who's just over 5 feet tall, standing there, completely butt naked.
She's a half elf, right?
Huge dick.
Yeah, she has a huge dick.
Yes.
That's about 3 foot.
And a golden ring.
With a golden ring around around its base, yes.
Oh, and a bronze one around your finger.
Oh yeah, the bronze ring.
Oh yeah, there is a bronze one around your finger too, right, Basilius? Or no. Yours isn't a ring. Yours is
No, it was just
but yeah, your Basilius.
No, mine is a flower.
Yours is a like a bracelet almost that goes around your right arm, your right muscles, like your biceps. It's that ring. You didn't take it off for the deed.
Oh, okay.
You kept it on. It's also your symbol of matrimony. So until you get a ring and get actually married.
Yeah, of course.
So
Of course.
he sees you both standing there and goes, okay. Mind you, the curtains are very ripped because your mother is not rich. She lives in a village that is heavily destituted. So there's obvious holes. And he goes,
I don't know.
oh. And you see him look backwards.
I cast mending on the tree.
You begin to mend the drapes, but you hear from behind some speaking, and you're not sure who's speaking. You can't really hear, and you watch him look backwards as he leans out the doorway. And there's no door here. It's just like a stone doorway that's square in nature. Yeah, he says his name's Theolyn. I believe you said if Theolyn came back to let him in, but it seems he and his girl have let themselves in and are feeling it at the moment.
No, 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 no. She's just my friend.
We
I'm
were
engaged to someone else.
yeah, we
All
had a
right.
magical
Uh,
incident.
you hear your mother's voice go, Theolyn, Theolyn, come here now.
Hi, Mom.
All right. So you're gonna walk through the
Um,
doorway. You're gonna walk through the
all I
doorway or no?
not with the. Hold on, Mom. I I was teleported without my items and clothes. I'm just wearing a
You can
drape
see the
right
knight is
now.
at the moment like fishing through a bag, a satchel he had that you didn't see because it's below his cape, and he pulls out 2 sets of clothing and he hands them to you. He's taller than both of you. He's like 8 foot tall in this, and as you both grab your like the clothes he's giving you, Theolyn, you're like 6 foot.
Yeah, I'm like 6'3".
It's a little baggy for you, but not bad, and it's male clothing, so it fits nice.
Oh god.
Liliana, it's not
Yeah.
gonna fit you well. It's like robes draping below you, except for one part of your body.
Yeah, I'm gonna use magic string to tie the bit together to like
Yeah,
have it.
well, sorry, the pants fit fine. They just drag underneath your feet because we said it was hentai logic where it all fits in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would like pull the legs up and then bind that with magic string.
Oh, okay. So you watch as Liliana snaps her fingers, and this like this purplish blue thread seems to appear as she starts to trace it in the middle of the air, and it starts to grow around like she's unwinding thread. She grabs the other side and wraps it around before snapping a second time, and it snaps, and she ties it up on both sides.
And also like with the shirt because
Yeah.
I think the shirt might be on the ground.
Well, the shirt is tucked into the pants, we'll say, and then you also are like pulling it back a bit and like tying that a small knot on your back and your arms closed. But it's like trying to fit a toddler in their adult clothing.
Yeah.
I think it's more like fitting a toddler in like a 5-year-old's clothes.
Yeah, that's more like it. Sorry, sorry about the fit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am kind of thrown. I'm gonna see my leave now. And he walks out.
Apologies.
You hear some conversation, and he goes, I'm gonna take my leave for right now. I'll be back in 5 minutes. And he walks out the front door as you hear it close. He saw Theolyn, a naked man, appear, and he's like, okay, that's understandable. This woman has a gigantic dick.
With a ring around it.
We're just like
A
half.
dick like half the size of her body. Yeah. Anyways, now that you're fully clothed, you hear, Theolyn, I'm just having some breakfast with an old friend. If you want to come in here now, I'm not gonna get up and come walk over to you, especially unless you're clothed.
I just got. Hold on. I brought a friend. I hope that's okay.
As long as she's not an elf.
Uh.
I'm joking, dear.
Good. Good. I was about to say, and
You know we like Barnabas here. He's
yeah, I know. I know. Barnabas is a good people.
As long as she's like him.
I mean, they know each other, and they'll like leave Liliana with me.
Technically,
you guys,
he's my godfather.
You guys walk in. What the fuck do you mean? Anyways, you guys walk in then?
Yeah.
You walk into the next room, which is a beautiful dining room. It has a small, like, chandelier hanging. It's not a real chandelier. It seems to be a chain that affixes to a single round piece of iron that attaches to it on 3 sides, and there's a single candle in the center that seems... Actually, no, it wouldn't be a single candle. It would be a single orb, a glass orb that seems to be dimly lit at the moment. And as you walk in, there's this table beneath it that's pretty nice, but it seems to be old nice. Like, it looked nice when it was originally made, but it's pretty old now, and it seems to be chipped in some areas. You can see a tablecloth laid across it, but there's a secondary tablecloth laid across part of the table as well. Well, the entire table, because you're used to it being like a small little leather tablecloth along the center. There's an
Yeah.
entire tablecloth laid across it that's white with golden trims, and in the center a Sugarothian decal. And in the very center there are beautiful candelabras of silver and gold that have been placed. The chairs that you know are like old rickety chairs of wood and stone, of stone specifically, are these beautiful mahogany chairs, thrones I should say, backlined with beautiful leather and cotton, which you recognize as the angelic Ayland make. And you
Oh.
can see a few candle holders. I don't know what they're actually called. They're like candelabras, but they actually stand on the ground and go up like 3-4 feet. Are those candelabras too, or no? I don't know.
I think so.
I think they're candelabra
They
lanterns or something like that.
I'm seeing some that seem to be what you're describing, where they have
Yeah.
a base and they extend
They
quite
have
a
like
lot.
the 3-pronged base to them, and they go up like 3 feet, and you put them on the ground, not on a table.
Yeah.
And they have like one, or they have a candelabra, or they have like a band circle that goes around with a few torches on it. It's kind of like that. And as you enter in, you can see the entire area is beautifully made. You can see a single portrait hanging at the the area of the dining table, which would be the head of the house, has a single portrait which you recognize. It was made quite a few years ago when Rue Village was still in prominence before the Red Rage. Not Red Rage, the Red Dawn incident, where Ruby had overtaken the entire village and then fucked you guys over, killing you guys, enslaving you. It seems to be the only piece that has been kept by your mother out of all the different art pieces that she's had over the years in this room specifically. And it seems to be a portrait of you and her, and you, as you enter in, you see a young Theolyn. No beard, well, a little bit of a patchy beard starting to come in, hair that hasn't fully grown out yet, eyes and a joyful smile, and he seems to be like holding up a small shield that seems to have a Sugaroth serpent on it, and this is what they gave you after your pilgrimage when you officially became a member of the church, specifically. This is after you had returned. They had sent an artist with you to get this commission done because it was
Theolyn is so
requested by you.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
He's so embarrassed right now that Liliana can see a photo of him younger. Because in that photo, he's like
Liliana, when he was
18 or
younger,
16.
he was such a handsome man when he was younger. What happened? He
God
looks so
damn it.
he looks so full of life and joy. But as you enter, you see your mother sitting there, a beautiful middle-aged woman with golden hair, a little bit of crow's feet on her eyes, in this commoner's garb, a small dress of tannish brown, white long-sleeved shirt that has some nice strings at the front. Her badonkas are further down in the shirt, so it's not actually like cleavage cut, it's up a bit. Actually, it's closer to her cleavage, but it's not showing her cleavage, I would say.
My mom is modest.
Yeah, what are your passive perceptions?
19.
19?
10.
Okay. I'll get to that in a bit here. But she
Oh,
sits
no.
there with her green eyes that seem to be there. And you see another guard in the room, similar to the other one, but a little bit less light dressed, so you get the other one is probably a higher station. As well as a Dorathian guard, which is a half-plate man wearing a blue cape on his left shoulder, and you can see a yellow decal in the center of it with a cactus at sunrise, which is Dorath's logo, because it's the Castern cactus. And he seems to be sitting there with a pike in his hand. He seems to have simply walked in recently, because he seems to be getting the read of the room for a second. And you also see, starting to sit down, seemingly having moved chairs quite recently, a man you recognize immediately, Basilius, because you've met him once or twice. You see, where is his name? I am looking for him. Give me 1 second here. He is up here, I believe. He is above Italia. I know that for a fact. Where is he? I have him up here. Give me 1 second. I need to just find his name because I don't have it in my mind at the moment. You see, sitting before you, a man with golden hair, pale skin, blue eyes, a beautiful, noble face, seemingly white undercloth vestments, and he seems to be putting on his oranger ones that go above it with his decaled, beautiful religious symbols, as well as a hat that he's putting back on, a golden
God.
scepter to the side. You see, Wilbert Serpan, the Pope of the Sugarothian Church.
Yep.
Ha!
Oh my goodness.
And as you step in, you can see he's like putting back on some jewelry. And they both look over to you, and your mother stands up and comes walking over to you. Liliana, this woman is fucking thick.
God damn it.
Don't tempt me, Goblin.
You're married, Gesh.
Hey, his wife said, "Hey, if you're gonna do it, invite me." Anyways,
I'm ill.
anyways, she walks over and embraces you.
I'll hug her back.
Theolyn. Okay.
Oh no, what was that?
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Oh, hey everybody. Sorry, I didn't notice 5 minutes ago. You should have been here.
23.
23. Your mother seems a bit sweaty at the moment. Anyways,
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
she hugs you. She hugs you and she starts to like kiss you on the forehead and goes, "Theolyn, it's been so long, dear. How have you been?
Hi.
What have you been doing? You left in such a hurry towards Riverton. You said something about an undead man you met. It confused me, and I had to call for Wilbert here, and he said he had some confusing things happening himself, and I believe you said the serpent said to come here, correct?" And Wilbert looks at her and, "Yes, he did, yes, that's why I'm here."
Of course.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure,
I just had sex.
sure.
Uh,
Roll with advantage.
oh boy.
Can I do an insight check also?
That's
Is
a-
it just
that-
so obvious?
That's a 26.
You can make me an insight check with normal roll because you have disadvantage anyways, Liliana. Because you're exhausted 3.
I got a 26.
26?
Yeah. Oh god.
What'd you get, Liliana?
4, sadly.
Liliana, man. They must have been so worried for Theolyn to come here. Anyways, Theolyn,
Yeah.
get the feeling they're hiding something. They're not telling the full truth. They seem to be telling us partial truth, but not the full truth. Wilbert goes, "Yes, the Golden Serpent led me here to Rue Village as I was on my pilgrimage here, or my holy mission that he sent me to Durath for. I have recently appointed a demigod under the assertion of Sugaroth here, actually closer near in Riverton. I believe her name was Lunan. But yes, I have come here to Rue Village, and I managed to stop by and meet your mother, who had concerns about your well-being."
I
She was just showing me some hospitality at the moment.
Oh, God.
Oh, I narrow my eyes.
Anyways, this is a beautiful house you have. He like stands up for a second and like he is avoiding your eye contact.
Yeah. But I'm gonna.
I'm gonna look at Eden with like a worried face, like, you good?
This is, I'm feeling so many emotions right now.
Your mother looks to you. "Theolyn, now that you're back, we can discuss what you've been doing. We can talk about your adventures." And Wilbert interrupts for a second. "If you wouldn't mind, Miss... I'm sorry, you told me your name, but you never mentioned your last name. What is your surname, Theolyn, Miss Morgiana?"
I didn't think of one.
And her name is Morgiana, by the way. Morgiana. Yes.
Out of character, did his mother fuck the Pope?
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's a yes. It's a little bit too obvious.
That's why it didn't happen, because it's a little too obvious.
My man, both of them are the eye contact thing.
Caldwell?
Caldwell? Okay. Well, Mr. Caldwell. If you wouldn't mind, Miss Caldwell, I do need to speak to your son about certain matters, and he seems to, at this point, make eye contact with you. And I'll say, with that insight check from earlier, he knows.
Oh.
Just immediately, he seems to ping it.
Okay.
And you're thinking, and you're like, why would the serpent ask him to come check on you specifically if he... Why would he come to ask... Like, you're starting to put together, Soon didn't recognize you. Shugaroth most likely does.
Yeah.
He sent you here. He probably has told the Pope by now.
But why would the Pope come himself?
Mm-hmm.
That's
A little bit of fun.
little bit of oh, this is fuck
Well,
you
remember,
guys. Shut
the
up.
deities can't really intervene directly on the world as much because of an accord they made a long time ago after the end of the Second God Wars, because they nearly destroyed the world for a second time. So they can come down and they can be here for short amounts of time, but they cannot really live. They can live here if they are created here to an extent, but those that are part of the accord left the Earth itself, or of Turam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Mom. We'll catch up in a second. I think this might be church related.
I think it should only be you and me. Madam, I believe they said Liliana. Would you mind showing Miss Caldwell here, or having a tour with Miss Caldwell?
Of course.
It's a nice house in a nice town. Or village, sorry. He adjusts his collar for a second.
Yeah.
Theolyn, as your mom stands up and begins to leave, because you have a 19 passive perception, you see she adjusts her, skirt a little bit. And
God damn it.
They begin to leave the room in opposite way from the kitchen. Anyways, we'll go with the tour first. So, Miss Liliana, where do you want to see? Do you want to see our abode? It's not that big. I could show you his, how do I say, his childhood room. After all, if you two are a thing.
We aren't.
No, he is not with me.
Oh, come on, dear. You both appeared naked here. Together.
Yeah? Though we are both committed to other people already.
Aww. You know, commitments can be broken, right?
God damn it!
I'm just saying. You seem like a nice woman, and you might be fit for my son. But each person has to choose that on their own. I'm just saying, if you want him, you have him.
You know, my wife said the same thing.
Oh, you're like that. Oh, I apologize. I didn't know.
I go both ways.
Oh, interesting. She keeps walking. She goes upstairs to an attic room, and she goes, well, anyways, you can at least make fun of him to your adventuring buddies. And she opens the door to Theolyn's old room. Theolyn, describe this old room for me.
Yeah. Well,
it is an attic space with a window, I'll say, so go ahead and remember that.
Theolyn's room. Well, Theolyn grew up poorish, so he doesn't really have a lot, but he's got an old bookshelf with some children's books on it. He has his bed. He's got a carpet with the Shugarothian faith. He's got a lot of Shugaroth memorabilia. He used to be a fanboy. He's got a bunch of plushies that he's managed to scrounge around from some passing merchants. he has multiple instances of religious scripture about Shugorath. Some the same book over and over again, and he has one in a little box that's like holographic or whatever. Like it's
He has the deific set of trading cards, like the
yeah.
entire deific set of trading cards of
Oh,
what should the trading card game be called? It has like deities, it has devils, like it has legendary
Yeah.
creatures. What should it be called? Let's call it I don't know. What should we call it? It's gonna be like a trading card game. What should it be?
Is it
It's kind of like Pokemon.
Is it okay?
Question: would that have existed in the first
Tales of
age?
Turam. That's the name of it.
That's gonna be it.
And
I have my
has like,
framing cards.
yeah, he has this like holographic Shugorath card with like 350 HP and a banishing ability for a specific undead. I guess.
You're cutting out.
Am I?
Yeah, we heard holographic Shugorath, but then it cut
Yeah,
out.
it has a holographic Shugorath card with like 350 HP, and it has a move called Exile of the Undead, which if there's any undead on the field, it just exiles them, and you exile Shugorath from your hand.
I have his partner card too, the holographic
Well,
Soon.
that has Yu-Gi-Oh vibes.
Yeah, and if it also says if Soon is on the board, you may use this ability one extra time before exiling Shugorath.
Damn.
Yeah, and on his wall, he's got a framed picture of Tales of Turam, ranked champion of Rue Village.
You see,
Year whatever.
You see, he's a little bit younger than he was in that original portrait, like maybe 10 to 12, and he's a little bit fatter. He's like just growing a mustache in the picture.
Question:
Yeah.
would
He was a
Tales of
big
Turam
nerd.
have existed in the first age?
No.
Aw, because I knew exactly what rare card my character would have.
I'll say you could be a fanatic now, but you're like,
My-
what's this card game?
Don't steal my
character
cards.
My character would have most definitely have a first edition Mark of the Blue photo.
You do see a small deck of cards laid out that haven't been touched in a while. It seems to just be there as he's like making a deck. And you do see one called Ancient General Protector of the Ancients, and you see it's the like design is they're based off like ancient designs or like pictures and murals that have been found, and you do see the design of the Ancient General is obviously designed around Barnabas, which means he's definitely an individual who has been seen throughout history, though his image has been kind of shifted, so people don't know his actual name, but he's definitely a legendary creature, and he seems to be way less powerful than divine cards. They're kind of like planewalkers.
Yeah.
I grab up this specific card.
Don't steal my cards.
Hey now. Anyways, continue the description of the room.
Oh, hold on.
5 bounty added to Rue Village.
I was gonna comment something.
Comment it.
Miss Magiana, you mentioned Barnabas just a moment, right?
Yes.
If I'm not
She seems to look up for a second, and you see her eyes she seems to be remembering something. Continue.
Oh no.
is it me? Or does this kind of look like Barnabas?
I said the same thing when he brought it home.
I am 100% sure this is Barnabas.
No. Even elves don't live that long, dearie.
You you wanna bet? Well, not with the long living.
I don't have a lot of money on me, so I don't really make many bets, unfortunately.
Please, guys,
I
don't
stake my
bankrupt my mom.
bets in, how should I say, others.
I would have so many stories about the old Barnabas.
Anyways, what do you think of the room? Tell me about the rest of the room here.
He's got some ragged drapes around, like, the one window in his attic that his bed is propped up against. He's got, in a corner some workout equipment that he managed to. It's not bought. It is homemade. He has like jars of sand attached to a pretty sturdy like old broomstick that he managed to cobble together. This was like after an attack and before he joined the church. He was bulking out.
Okay.
And what else would be
What would
there?
be on his windowsill? It's like a circular windowsill that you have in an attic room. What's on there?
He's got a couple of candles for light, for the night. He's got a fantasy book that has not been opened in a long time. It's like a story about wizards and dragons and what have you. And
yeah, it's called The Island of Celia.
yeah, there's like a series that he has on his bookshelf, but that was the one he was reading before he stopped. What else? I don't think it would have anything else core.
You see another fantasy book underneath his bed. As you go over there, Gesh, and you like look up, you like pull it out, and his mother goes, "Yes, I've seen that before too. I just don't mess with his stuff." Liliana, as you pull it out, it seems to be a somewhat of like thin paper or parchment, and it seems to have like images and wording on it. And as you start to flip through, what were teenage just got back from the angelic aliens with this design? What was teenage Theolyn's fantasy women?
Oh God!
This is a porn mag. To an extent, it's more of an oogling magazine, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like. Okay.
So was he like into human women, or was he into fire elemental women?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's not. So I think he'd be into really like tall paladin women. So it's just a bunch of paladin women.
Yeah, there's a bunch of. It's not even a porn mag. It seems to be like a magazine of women, and it seems to be members of churches, paladins. Like Sugarothian Church. There's this one woman named Mary, who seems to be holding a large tower shield and a single sword, and she's in a like a turning position, and you're like, what the fuck? And you start to go through, and they're all armored. There's none that, like, you flip through, and, like, there's none that are naked. There's none that are declothed or anything, and you're just like, what the fuck? And then, like, you get to the end, and there's, like, one single page that has, like, one of these knights slaying a creature covered in gore and whatnot, and you, like turn the page, and you can see that page has been, flipped to the least. Because, like, the other pages have definitely had the wear of they've been flipped through a lot. That page seems to be flipped through the least.
Because it's at the end.
That's something.
Why didn't you flip through it?
Curiosity. Okay, yeah, he really is such a goody two-shoes. I knew that, but not by that much.
Anyways, why did you two appear naked? And we're gonna switch to Theolyn. Theolyn. Wilbert sits down and goes, "It's fine. I know this man. If you wish to leave and do something else, go help the missus, please." And the guard nods to him and goes upstairs. So.
Yeah.
He sent you here.
Yeah, and you wouldn't remember helping, but you did.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do?
I am the eyes, the ears, and the word of Sugaroth. Through me, his faith is restored. Through me, his faith is continued. So, when another version of me is implemented in using his power, I know of it. In fact, I know 50 years from now, there will be another born who I will guide into the future. I believe his name is... I think he said his name was Roka. He said his father was a prominent man named Rotush. He seemed to have a lot of things happening with him in Draconia. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, so yes, so I am not always privy to what's going on, but when the good lord of, should I say, the good bane of certain undead bloodlines uses me, I am aware of it. That is our deal, after all. He gives me power, and I allow him to use it through me. As he does with you. However, though you do speak for him, you do not have as much sway as I should still say. I will say, you have, looking at you, grown quite a bit.
You know, that actually means a lot. I only met you once before that accident. So, you know, this is kind of surreal. Though you are... I kind of glance up to where my mom left.
You see him, like, obviously, like, start sweating a little bit, and he, like, wipes it away.
So what exactly did you want to know? Was it just to catch up, or was there something you need of me?
I have felt a disturbance, near the World's Sea. Shugaroth has not spoken to me of this. The only thing he told me was his sword was there, defending against evil. What is happening there?
Klutoa, that's the name of the island, right?
Kutola.
I always pronounce it
Kutola. Kutola.
Okay. Kutola. You know of Horacles, so,
Of course.
he has his minions doing something to the island. Beyond that, a vampire demon general is attempting to wake, and my party and I are attempting to seal her before she is fully awakened. Or were. A visage of her, clouded in red, caught us all in mist, and, well, Liliana and my elven companion were transported to the plane of fire, but I'm not sure about the others.
I feel a connection to another, but I'll get there in a second. It seems, from what you're saying, Vesterial is awakening.
I didn't get the chance to really know her name, but yes.
Well, if it's on Kutola, we know of the seal there, yes. We monitor it, and every few hundred years we do make an expedition with paladins to make sure the seal is correct. The seal should not be broken, though. You would have to kill the guardian, the dragon there. And no one's going to kill that adult green dragon that very easily. It is such a powerful creature. Anybody would be stupid to continue fighting it if they ever encountered it.
That dragon ate me and I cut its throat open.
Makes sense.
Wait,
what?
Yeah.
Wait, so it's dead.
Yes, I did not.
He rubs his temple. We already have Corwin coming to Auradon and inciting a crusade with one of my cardinals, who I do not get along with. And then the cardinal is told to stop the crusade, but he can't because the people have already gone to Fafnir.
A crusade? Corwin called a crusade?
Yes, he rose to prominence as a celestial. His celestial blood came to being. He arose, and oh my gosh, he incited violence against Fafnir. That's what a crusade is. They won't
I
be
know
going. They will be killing innocents there if they get in their way. The world's opinion on Fafnir, even though we know there are survivors there, is that they are not worth saving, and I have been trying to change that opinion. So anyone who is not, how should I say, a member of the church, or a high member of the church, I should say, even those that are a high member of the church fall into this in some way, will just kill anybody in the way to make sure there is nobody that can be taken over, turned against them. That is why I have been specifically going on these missions and trying to tailor the world's opinion towards Fafnir in a different light. And Corwin has messed that up for me. And that's why I'm trying to do damage control. And now, this demon general's rising.
Look. This demon general seems... We've already sealed 6 of her 8 vestiges, or split personalities.
Yes,
One
yes,
of them
yes, the
seems to be
vestiges.
helping us.
I assume you're speaking of the Eclipse, yes. She's helped a
Yes,
few
the
of our
Eclipse.
people in the past.
Yes, we just have to seal the last one. Hopefully we can somehow get back there in time. I have words to speak with Corwin. Oh my goodness. He's part of the group I'm traveling with at the moment. I'm currently in the service of Sir Ryan Farrow.
You have words to speak with Corwin. Do you know how much more trouble Ryan Farrow has caused for us here?
No, not at all. I just met the man like a month ago.
And yet you're serving him.
Shugroth said I should help him. I'm
That's
following
true.
the
That
words of
is true.
Shugroth and you, who reinforced that.
Yes, that is true. I'm sorry. I need to relieve stress. I am just under a lot of it at the moment. Is there a bar around here, perhaps?
Do I know of a pub?
There is the Iron Shell, but he's a high-ranking cleric and a member of the Shugarothian Church. You're not sure he can get drunk.
Look, Sir Wilbert, I don't think you can get drunk, but I can get you some.
Listen.
Look, hold on. There is cactus juice that the people like to drink. It's not alcohol, but it does take you on a trip.
That sounds great. If you wouldn't mind going to get me some, and he hands you 50 gold. I don't know how much it costs. Keep the change.
I think I have some in the kitchen.
He pushes you towards the door. Go.
I put my hand
before.
At this point, we go back upstairs. Well, that seems all interesting. However, you're in Rue Village. You should see the Castern Palace. It's beautiful. Let me tell you, the sights here are wonderful. In fact, I believe Theolyn can show you around, and she starts pushing you downstairs. Theolyn!
Yeah?
Take your friend here and show her the sights. And bring me some cactus juice after you're done.
For you and Wilbert, I guess. Okay.
Yes.
I like.
Take your time. Make sure she has a great tour of the city.
Hold on.
I was told you have something down. Never mind. I'm going to assume female.
I just lean towards this mom and say, "Did you do anything with the Pope?"
You don't know who the Pope is.
With the guy.
She looks at you. Pushes you towards Theolyn, and they both push you out the door. They both push you out the door as the door closes.
You motherfucker! Well, welcome to my home. We are without our items, you are exhausted, and I have to go buy cactus juice.
You find yourself in a small desert village. You see most of the houses are being repaired. Many of them are now standing again, but there are a few that have been burnt recently, and there are seemingly a few people walking around injured. There are guards walking around with leather and long flowing silks. You can see a few individuals that seem to cover themselves in full white garb that seem to have been hired here. You recognize them as Dunek sellswords. Theolyn. They are from the Dunek region, but they seem to have been hired to help guard the town recently. As you begin to walk around, stone, a little bit of wood, but not much, and metal houses are prominent. there's a large well, and to the, let me see here, that's a little bit southeast of the city, there are these large wheat fields, most of which have been burnt down, but you can see there is also a large wizard's tower left in disarray. Which it seemed to be, because there's 3 windmills, and this third one is a wizard's tower specifically. It's been removed and made into an actual wizard's tower, but the fans are still there. As you begin to walk through, you begin to give her the tour. Go ahead and give me a tour. Just give me some strange landmarks. It's a small village, remember. It has probably 300 to 500 people in it. That's a small village in my game.
Okay. Well, Liliana, there's not much to see. Rue Village is under constant attack and was recently starting to repair. In the distance, you might be able to see the leaning. It's an emerald tower now, right?
It is a stone tower with green lines shooting up through it of energy, but those have dimmed heavily, and it seems to be leaning and crumbling now, as if whatever magics are keeping it together are waning heavily at this point because it's been a few years. But you could see in the distance, you could see this tower, and it seems to be the sunlight is just barely peering through, so you could see that it's the entire desert around you is being bathed in it. You could see the desert sands are actually they have some hills coming out of them with vegetation. You can see a few trees off in the distance. It is a nice, abundant desert, but it is nowhere near the Ophthonie Eremos area, which I think is actually no. Ophthonie Eremos is the abundant desert. I can't remember the actual name of it, but to the western side of Durath, there is an area that is much more abundant, and it's like grasslands on desert as well. So, just think that this is like every so often, like the hills seem to have sand and some bits of vegetation, but not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like just straight barren desert.
Theolyn,
Yeah, what?
on a completely unrelated note, is it just me or did your mother and that holy guy had some
I really don't want to think about
in
it.
them?
I really
As
don't want
she
to think
says
about
that,
it.
you start to think about the scenes, and you're like, oh god.
Liliana, I
You
really
start
don't
to
want
hear the
to.
claps in your mind.
Liliana, curse you forever suggesting that. Second of all, I really don't want to be thinking of what that could mean. Third of all, I have to buy
Like
cactus juice.
your mother hasn't really been married to your father for a long time, to your knowledge. Maybe they're still married, but she's never had another father that you could. Oh shit, she's brought a few men home in the past.
Yeah,
You start to
it
think,
doesn't.
wasn't there a time where like, no, they're just
No.
friends. They're just friends.
They're just friends. This is my mother has brought friends before, but you know. Liliana, stop laughing. I don't know what that means, but I'm not having it.
Uh,
Any
I'm pretty sure you know what that means.
anyways, let me show you around. right over there down the road. I already showed you the tower, so that doesn't matter. Over there, that's where most of the cistern cactuses are. There's
Cistern, not cistern.
Ca-
Cistern is
cactus-
like sewage.
yeah, the cistern cactuses or cacti. Because of a recent attack. Well, actually, I don't know if the attack has happened yet. It was
The
quite a
attack
bit of
has
time.
happened. The attack has happened. So the Red Dawn happened, and then an attack happened on the area a few days later, where the Castern Palace had a few of its Castern cactuses burnt down. He points in a direction where you see this beautiful marbled structure, almost like a bank or like the White House, not the White House, but the Lincoln Memorial in design, with a few ballistas and different militaristic weapons set up. You can see in its back area there's definitely a garden, and there was these beautiful old stone walls that seem to have been there for like hundreds of years, but iron like spikes that are like 15 feet tall have been recently added onto it for safety measures. And you can see people are going around inside these spikes as you pass along it, and they seem to be like clipping some parts of cactus to maintain it a bit. Inside there is a beautiful green lush area of vegetation with some sand and a beautiful like small river that comes from inside the palace itself. through a grate.
Yeah. There's a well, more northern, like left of here. There's a big There's like a well, I say big, but it's big for a town. There's maybe 4 or 5 stalls. That's where the town's merchants, I guess you could call them, set up their little businesses. We have some passing merchants that come by, but usually they're passing through Rue Village to go somewhere else.
Well,
So
so
we're
let me say this here. So many of the stalls, like, they don't set up in the middle of town, but they do set up exactly what you're saying, which is fucking crazy. But there are a few people that do sell stuff in town that are like that use their buildings, their homes and stuff. So they do have like a front of store, and then they have the rest of their house. There is a single what's it called? General goods merchant, and many caravans do come here, drop off like excess goods before going to Riverton. But they have to go off the beaten path on a small road that isn't maintained to get here first. And then they have to go back down that path and then back up the actual road to Riverton. So not a lot of people stop by here, and because of what's recently been going on, you get the feeling not a lot of outside merchants are welcome at the moment.
yeah. And from the coming or the recent events that have surrounded this
Well,
place.
mainly, I will say this. I know you're talking in character, but you know, because of the tower's emergence, people have been trying to to buy land here, and they've been offering a lot of money. And Rue Village really needs that money, but they don't want them coming in and changing all your traditions and how people live and your way of life, kind of shit here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of one of the reasons.
Theolyn,
Yeah.
you need to remember, I have no idea about recent events whatsoever.
There was a that tower that I showed you earlier popped out of it appeared some years ago. I can't remember the exact date. I was young. And then there was the Scarlet Moon, I think.
Scarlet Moon?
No, it was the red something.
The Red Dawn, but that Ruby took over the village before the tower erupted, and then the Red Dawn was an event that was the entire people of Ruby tried to take the area of the tower as their own, and were killed.
Oh, okay. Well, I have undead attacking this place in my background. I'm just gonna mention that real quick.
That's fine.
When I was 6, I assume. God, it's been 2 decades. There was a undead horde that attacked the town, and after that, there was a lot of shenanigans that I don't really want to get into. But more recently, there was some bandit attacks, and now, countries, or I guess places, rich men and other entities alike are trying to buy the lands around the tower, which would include a lot of Rue Village. Lillian, you can see that this place needs the money, but we know that they're going to change our way of life, and no one wants to, change how they've lived for so many years. Around now is when, assuming my younger counterpart is still around, now is around the time where he starts sending the money he makes back. I wonder how that's going. I never actually caught back up with the village. So much happened, and then I never got the chance.
At this point, you do see what seems to be a female Lamia. Like this woman with the bottom half of a snake is moving through town, and she goes, "Get your jars here, get your jars of fresh water. Water from the river, purified by yours truly." I don't remember what her enterprise's name was, but she goes, "Better than your average well water from the aquifers, magically purified through this beautiful cloth. Now, I don't know if you can afford it, but if you wanted the cloth, it would cost a lot more. But I'm willing to sell whatever it takes." And she puts it away, and she looks over. "You're Theolyn, correct?"
Oh god, this is
Do I recognize her?
You don't. This is a woman you have never seen before.
Yes. How do you know my name?
We physically met like 3 days ago. You came here a few months ago, to speak with your mother, like the day after the attack on the Castern Palace, and then I spoke with you, and then you said you were doing some jobs or something, and then you came back a few days ago, and then left back to Riverton, saying something about a job that is in a few months.
Apologies. A lot has happened between now and then. I'm a little
I would
starstruck.
say your hair is quite grown.
Yeah.
Do you have a secret tonic you use? I could sell that.
No, it's I'm gonna be a little truthful here. There was a mad entity that I encountered, and I'm not sure if it affected me physically, but mentally, I was stuck in a world of eyes and darkness for many years.
Ah, I see. I don't understand what that means, but
You don't want to.
alright, I'll take your word for it. You want to buy some fresh water?
Would I know if this is a scam?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Or an arcana check, your choice.
I'll do insight. That's not great.
I know
13?
it's essentially just bathwater.
13?
Yeah.
You're not sure. Liliana, as you're looking at the cloth, you do feel radiating magic from it.
What kind of magic?
This would be transmutation, I guess it would be.
Could be real.
That club is legit.
She clinks a few mason jars together that have the water in it. You buy a bundle of 5, I'll give you a deal.
Okay. I am, I guess, kind of thirsty. How much for 5?
5? That'll cost you... Usually for all 5 of them separately, 1 gold, but for right now, you know what I'll say? Half off. So, still, 5 silver pieces.
Do I have my money?
You have the 50 gold.
Oh, right. You know what? I'm in a joyous mood. I toss her a gold piece. You can have that and keep the change, I guess.
Thank you. And like she's only wearing like a loincloth for her lower half because that's how the character was made, I believe. So she like tucks it underneath the loincloth, which you assume there's a pouch down there or something. You hope.
I hope.
God. And as you like think that for a second, your mind goes back to those visions you envisioned of your mother and the Pope, and you're like, oh, God damn it.
God
Fucking
damn.
Liliana. And you think about that, and she hands you over the bundle of water. Well, enjoy it. It won't last too long. Okay? That's because water goes toxic, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
Does it have to do with your magic?
No, the magic doesn't grant longevity to the water. It just purifies it for a bit. Well, purifies it properly.
Water.
Anyways. And she begins to slither away towards a stall that she has set up, and you see a lot of people are coming towards the water, specifically,
Awesome.
to buy the water. You do know that there is a shelled, like, propane tank kind of thing for water in town that's underneath an area, and it's pushed to all the different houses and whatnot. It's collected from the river itself, and it filters with some non-magical filtration system. It's basically Flint, Michigan water, but a little bit better. You do know that there's a druid outside of town, but no one likes them. As you begin to give your tour, you eventually go to the Iron Shell, which is this beautiful house made of just complete metal. Like, that's embedded about 20 feet in the ground, and the top of it is the only thing that can be seen. This curved roof that comes up, and you can see a single chimney that seems to pop up out of it, too, with smoke that's just billowing. And it is in a square or rectangular hole in the ground, about 20 feet. You can see a small staircase carved into the side, And as you go in, I'm not going to describe it because it's not necessary. You see a beautiful establishment, though. It is... Think like a bar, but the floor is made of packed dirt that is coated in like this sap or some other material that makes it hardened. Lines and grooves for people spilling their drinks on accident. In the center of it, they all come to a center drain that goes outside. A few tables around on these like large... it almost looks like tiled floor because of the grooves, and each one of those has its own separate areas. A large hearth with a cooking area. A bar with hanging bottles and different pieces behind it. A room that you know goes down to the cheaper rooms and up to the more expensive ones. And that's really all it is. As you see, a human with a beautiful white beard and some slicked hair and some nice clothing. Not the person you know from the Iron Shell originally. Seemingly who has bought the place within the last year or so. What are you drinking? What can I get you? He seems he's like in his 60s or something, but he's well built still.
Oh, is Gerard not here anymore? I haven't been here in a long
Unfortunately, after the Red Dawn, during the Red Dawn, his wife and daughter were murdered. And he didn't really like the place after that, especially since he lost a lot of money. So he and the people that came, the Ruby's people, I don't even remember their fucking name. The Red... We call them the Red Dawn here, but the Red Dawn kind of forced him to let them stay in this establishment and paid him. So the people kind of thought, he allowed them for pay into the city, or into the village, sorry. And he kind of got a lot of hatred for that, so he decided to just move on over to Riverton.
Oh, poor Gerard.
Well, I got this... unfortunate for him, yes, but fortunate for me, I got this place for like 10 gold.
Well, I mean, that's just a steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would value it at least 500.
I mean, yeah, it's a nice place. Good place.
And furnished like I got it, probably a good 1,000.
Man, you got lucky, I guess. Poor Gerard, but nice beer.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. I need 2, I guess, jars of cactus juice if you have them.
I got some over here. Not many left because they need to keep some castor and cactus around for the next audit. Because even though we are in the province of Riverton, the Empire can still come to us much easier than they can Riverton. So they kind of force us to have the castor and cactus they need, and the taxes too. But yeah, I do got some. How many are you looking for?
I'll take out 5 gold. However much this will get me.
I'll get you 5 bottles.
Awesome. And I'll put them on the counter.
He reaches up behind into like the chains that are hanging with different items. You see a crowbar. You see a few light sources, like mason jars with like light sources in them. You see a few hanging torches that are just hanging on chains there, and like a bunch of alcohol bottles. There's no shelf behind him. There are just alcohol bottles hanging here. And he grabs 5 of them, these beautiful mason jars with like a green and white sloshing liquid. And he puts them down on the counter. Freshly squeezed and made. I don't know how to make them, so I have the Castern Palace make them like they always do. I heard recently they bought a few of those purification nets to make them taste more slick. I honestly haven't tried those ones myself. I just buy the normal ones and a few of the purified ones, and he takes another one off the chains and hands it to you. I'll give you this one free of charge. Let me know which one tastes better.
I mean, I'll point to a shot glass. I don't mind if you have some if you want it.
Alright, no problem. And he takes the one he gave you and opens it, puts in a shot glass, takes one of the ones you bought and pours a little bit in and goes, "Don't worry, it's not going to be much." And he puts it back down. Have some. Tell me which one tastes better.
Alright. Liliana, do you want some?
No, thanks.
Alright, I'll take mine and I'll guess if you clink it with his and then down it.
Okay. So as you both drink the normal one first, it's a beautiful taste. As you taste it, it's reminiscent of kind of coconutty in nature, but it has a more sweet flavor to it. And as you drink it, you do regain 1 HP if you did not, or if you don't have full already. If you do have full, you do regain 1 temporary HP.
Awesome.
And you both drink it. It's pretty nice. It has that flavor that kind of sits in your throat for a second, like you're getting pricked in the throat. But you like swallow it down and it's gone. I always like that flavor, to be honest with you.
It's good. Can't go wrong with a good cactus juice.
Agreed. Well, next one, and he takes the more purified one. Bottoms up. Clink, clink.
Clink.
Drinks it himself. Roll me a wisdom save.
A wisdom.
Yeah.
It's a +9 for. Oh, that's just a 14.
Actually, no, technically this would be con save. Sorry.
Oh, that's worse. I got a 9 then.
And what's your charisma bonus?
+11.
No.
My charisma bonus. Okay, +5. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's 22 for him. And you got a what?
A 9. You said
9?
this is a con save, right?
Yeah, so you add your aura.
Yeah. Oh, right. Then 14.
Okay. You drink it, and it's silky smooth compared to the other one. It tastes much sweeter, and your hit points are, if you're not at full hit points, if you're not at full hit points, you gain 5 hit points. If you are at full hit points, you gain 5 temp HP. If you have temp HP, it replaces the temp HP.
Alright.
It's so much better, but it's a bit heavier in your stomach. You get the feeling you can't drink much of this. And you also feel like drinking too much of this or drinking this too often will get you addicted.
Oh boy. Okay.
And he goes, I like the silky smoothness to it, but it feels like it has like a draw to it that's going to get me addicted to it, which is why I don't recommend it to my patrons.
Oh my goodness. They're trying to mass sell this?
Well, no, they're not mass selling it. It's just that whenever someone asks for it, they say they can. They're trying to test out the new filters they bought, so they try it with this, and it feels like it's too purified to the point where you can get addicted. You know?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I want them. I hope, as callous as this is, I hope it doesn't become popular.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in word with the captain of the Castron Palace, because they're kind of like the guards of the area here of Rue Village, since the guards were killed during the Red Dawn. Unfortunately, the new mayor has been having problems running the Castron Palace, as well as doing things with the mayorship here. So he's been having a bit of problems. I can't really get into contact with him. I'll try in the next few days, but... So is it better, or would you rather I only sell this normal one?
I mean, the normal one is great. This one is fine, if not served in excess. You can continue to serve it if you want to, but I wouldn't buy it.
You are a member of this town. I've seen your face before. What do you think the people here would like?
I think they would just like the regular cactus juice.
Understood.
I don't think they'd want to have that feeling of a possible addiction.
Understood. All right. Well, I am holding a barbecue. The mayor is asking us to get together for a festival. How should I say? A festival to commemorate the Red Dawn and the heroes of it that saved us from the Red Dawn and their people. So in about a few months' time, we will be having a festival. I will be producing some of the means of drinks myself. I am gonna put this fine cactus juice on the line, but I will have a small warning label, as well as I will be providing cactus juice. So if you're here then, it should be within... what is this world's spring called? Because... oh, sorry. It would be growth for Darath. It will be in the growth season. Probably... first 3 months of it. Well, probably the second or last month of growth.
Huh.
I don't think it'll be the third month, to be honest with you.
Well, that sounds lovely. I'm not sure if I'll be around, but if I am, I'll be sure to come by.
Of course, of course. Now you get going there. That stuff isn't good. It lasts you about a month at most.
Yep. All right, Lillian. There's one last place I need to show you before we head back.
Okay.
All right. I I was thinking about this. I'm not sure if this could even exist. Um, I thought about showing an underground cave that has like a thing of water that's like really blue. Is that okay? Or would that not exist here?
Huh? Maybe. We'll say no, just for now.
Okay.
We'll say you're not sure you want to show that to Liliana just yet.
Yeah. You know, it's a personal secret base spot of mine. Can't show it off to the girls. They got cooties. Um, sorry. I'll never mind. How do you think we're gonna get back to the vampire lady? We have none of our items.
How did we go back last time?
We just appeared there.
Exactly.
Okay. Um, hmm. I wonder if I should try and speak to the King in Iron.
I think we should first go back and bring the holy guy his cactus
Yeah,
fruit.
you're right. After a long tour, I'll lead Liliana back to my house.
Okay. So
So,
go ahead. You do pass by a large barn, like a large farmer's area, which seems to be on like the edge of town near the wheat field. Which you notice a burnt down farm, which has multiple gravestones outside of the area. Which is it's not the town cemetery. And you do see like a large stone slab too, that has a few names etched into it.
oh, Theolyn will be a little sad at the death. Um, you better not have touched my Turam cards.
Yeah, one of them because
How dare you?
it was the divine general one or something.
The
That took me
ancient
ages.
general, ancient general.
Yeah.
Do you know how long that took me to get Liliana? We don't exactly
Yeah,
have a card shop around here. I have to rely on the
not
merchants.
so bad, but that's definitely part of this.
What? No.
Yes, I tell you, that's part of it.
Hmm. I haven't seen the Divine General in a long time, so I can't comment on that. But ain't
Uh,
no way that bastard is the base of one of my favorite cards.
As you are walking past the slab, as you're talking about this, just shooting the shit a little bit, you do see a few names on the slab that are like names like Gerald Fitzlind and shit like that. And you do see the name Surara and Michael. And their last names, you can't really. You don't remember them ever telling you their last name. But I'm trying to figure fucking. I have this in my lore here, and I'm trying to find it. Give me 1 second to look at the name if you guys want to keep shooting the shit really quick.
That card is one of my favorites. Ain't no way that bastard is based off of him.
I tell you, it's him. You
Look,
can ask him.
It's not him. It's not him.
It is.
Look, as long as you didn't touch my Tarla Bloom card, that is a rare equipment that has a really great synergy with Soon and the Earth Mother. Forget her
No.
name.
They've been printing a few more recently, so it's not as rare.
Oh god damn! I don't know that. I haven't been keeping.
I'm fucking with you. No, continue.
Yeah, it's a what?
Go on.
It's a really good equipment card. It has a great synergy with Soon and the Earth Mother. If both of them are in the field and you have it, you can auto-equip to both of them. It's amazing. It actually goes infinite with the first sin aura card.
Do you perhaps have a card of Mark of the Blue?
Mark of the Blue. Well, I mean, I might have one.
You have Mock of the Blue Moon, but you don't have Mock of the Blue, whatever the fuck he's talking about.
I got the Mock of the Blue Moon, but I have no idea what you're talking about. The Moon is a world enchantment card. It's good for magic spellcaster types. But
Yeah.
but you know,
God damn it! It's also called the Sorcerer's Moon.
yeah, it's great for magic caster cards and those types of creatures like magicians, sorcerers. It's not something I run very often. I'm very more into control. This is why I have I mainly ran a Shugoroth Soon duo deck. It was very, very good. I'm not sure of the cards now, but I mean, I did run an Orthol deck at one point. It's great punishment for players who try and use
Rule breakers, rule breaker cards.
Yeah,
Syndicate
rule breaker.
cards.
Yeah, it's also very good against assassin types. So what's the deity's name of the night? God damn it! Hold on. Slashay. Orthol is very.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slashay. Her kind of decks, Orthol runs through them like butter. You have no idea. It is so fun
But
to.
there are some cards of Slashay that are able to like assassins specifically are really good against judiciary cards in the Orthol deck. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they have stealth while Orthol only has judgment kind of cards, so it kind of balances out the field against like normal cards in the Slashayan Knight faction, but
they're good against each other in a sense. If you can set up Orthol early, a Slashay deck is.
Let's just go back.
You see another name, Melone, which is spelt melon, and you do know that this was a family who. They had a son recently, and they did have a son quite a while ago. Actually, you used to fucking hate that kid. He was an older kid, but he was kind of a dick.
Such a dick.
You don't remember his name? Make me a history check.
Okay, my history is better now. Hell yeah. Got a +6. Sorry, that fell off. That is a 9 + 6 for a 15.
His name was, funny enough now that you're remembering it, man, his name was Ryan, similar to your master's, which is funny. And he used to hang out with his like posse of 2 other individuals named Jacobin and Tobias, which is fucking stupid. You have a master named Ryan and you used to hate a Ryan. It's so fucking stupid.
Oh no.
Oh, man. You start to think. Jacob and Tobias. Where have you heard those names before besides that? You don't know. It doesn't matter. But it seems that his family are on this memorial stone.
Now, I'm fairly certain that Ryan has told me he's from Rue Village.
Make a history check.
I think he told me while we were riding Griffin.
Make a history check.
That's much better. 23.
You do recall him saying he was from Rue Village, and his age. You start to think that Ryan Tobias, and Jacobin did find a strange artifact around Rue Village, like a vase of some kind that held fire.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, you were spying on them a little bit because they were acting sus. And then they all 3 left one day. Just Rue Village left one day.
Oh. Mm. My life became better.
And you're starting to think that Ryan had similar hair.
Well, this Ryan is
my
black.
god. Well, yes, but you could see like splotches of where his hair was.
Yeah, fair.
The facial features look like the Ryan you hated's dad's face. God damn it, you're serving Ryan.
Oh god. Oh my god.
And you do recall him mentioning the names Jacobin and Tobias as well, while under him.
And I know Tobias because I was with Corwin's group when we found out Tobias Farrow was working with Horcleave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Liliana. I'm serving.
What?
My master is my former bully. He's a dick. I just realized this.
Liliana.
He made fun of my Tales of Turam cards. Said I'd never go anywhere with them. It was terrible.
Damn, it's always the cards.
I'm actually kind of obsessed with this.
Bro, I really want to make them now an actual thing.
Please do.
God
It
damn
is
it.
really-
I would genuinely learn how to play this
Bro,
shit.
if I'm gonna make cards, you're all gonna have to fucking help me with it, and we will actually sell it.
Hell yeah. That's
man.
really funny.
Anyways, as
Small-
you're realizing this, you are reading the names. The young child, the younger sister of Ryan, who Malone was kind of your age. She wasn't a bad person, but she was kind of a loner and really obsessed with her older brother. Almost to a creepy point. He left, and then a few years later, the Red Dawn happened, and it seems they were killed during that, or something, because the other two,
no.
the younger brother and Malone, both went missing around the Red Dawn. So you assume they're dead as well. Well, the town did.
Oh no.
But damn, you now masteries, you my bully.
Well, he wasn't really a bully. He was a dick.
So nothing changed.
Yeah, actually. Wait, how do you know that? You've spoken to him once.
She has the dick dot, okay?
That's fair. You got the impression he was an asshole after one encounter? I mean, usually it takes a couple.
I've also had the impression that you were a dick and a good, not a dick, but a goody two shoes. And after I saw your room, it has been confirmed that you're the biggest goody two shoes I've ever met.
Oh, I'll have you know I've lied. Definitely.
Roll an insight check.
I've lied before. I've drunken beer before I was of legal age.
Anyways, I'm just
11.
He has, it seems, but he's like, you can see his eyes are like having to think back to when it happened. So like, it's not been a lot.
The beer is a complete lie, though.
Yeah.
You recognize the fact that Theolyn he has been handed beer, he pours it out, puts water in it just to appear cool.
Anyways, you guys eventually get back to the house. I will say, Liliana, make me a perception check.
No.
Can I get advantage of this?
Sure.
No.
8.
No.
I'm gonna use my Demon's Inspiration on this.
Okay.
You are.
Oh, the funny.
You could have used it this entire session to
You
get rid
got
of an
it
exhaustion
worse.
point. You could have gotten rid of an exhaustion point with that, or gotten rid of all three, technically.
I got it. Well, Goblin, come on, man.
You got it worse, Gash. What the
unfair.
fuck?
You come back, and for some reason, as the sun's rising, you don't know why, but you feel strange. Anyways, I'll say you as well, Theolyn, can roll as you see, like, she starts to, like, twitch her ears a bit and look towards the house and looks around the surroundings.
My perception.
You immediately go on alert for a second.
12 and then dirty 20. Unlike Gash, I have a bonus to my perception.
Hello?
Huh?
What'd you roll?
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought you didn't say anything. I thought you said that was your bonus. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Dirty 20.
Yeah, I have a plus 20. Yeah.
A few of the windows on the right side of the house are fogged up. And you're like, that's
Oh,
weird.
damn.
Shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. My mom.
There's a few handprints on them from the inside.
God damn. No!
As you begin to enter the house, let's see here. The guard seems to be on the outside. Well, the guard doesn't seem to be in the house anymore. None of the guards are. As you enter into the house is physically warmer.
God damn it.
What are your passive perceptions, both of you?
19.
10.
Oh, I'm sorry, 17. I was looking at the wrong character sheet.
Okay.
17.
A lot of shit you
17.
shouldn't have noticed then.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong character. I'm so sorry.
I will say it does smell heavily like sweat in here.
Oh god.
Mm.
They did it
I
again.
had the cactus juice.
As you say that, you hear, "Oh, Theolyn, you're back. Give me a minute. I'll be out there in a second. I was just getting some
Well,
rest."
Wilbert, stop
Of
fucking my
course.
mom.
Do you actually say that? Do you actually say that?
I actually say that.
There's a pause for a second.
What did he say?
There's a pause for a second. It's not against the doctrine.
I'm not. I'm not saying it is, but this is my house. I'm right here.
You see Wilbert walks out putting on clothes at the moment, his vestments again.
Yeah.
And you see your mother comes walking out, like, adjusting herself a little bit. And he goes,
Yeah.
"Listen, your mother is a wonderful woman. And she
Look,
needs
you
some care."
you really don't have to go into my mom's sex life, Wilbert. Please.
Damn.
Please
You're
do not
the
get
one
into
who brought
that.
it up.
You're the
and
one. The house is warmer. I can see steam on the windows when I was walking.
There is a small subsect of holy magic
Look.
that is specifically used for this type of thing. Alright?
Alright,
And let me
alright.
tell you.
I know.
Oh, I don't need to say anything then. Anyways.
Like where'd he
You can see
notice-
they have like heavily messy hair. There is lipstick all over Wilbert.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but would Wilbert notice the bulge?
What?
Would he notice the bulge?
The hentai bulge that fucking Liliana has.
Yeah, he's noticed it already.
Yeah. I know that type of magic. Victor.
I
Yeah.
see. That's not holy magic specifically. However, your mother is a wonderful woman. And I am not going to go any further with this, because though it does concern you, it's not your choice to make.
I'm not saying it's my choice. I'm here. You can continue after. I don't care. Mom, you can do
He
what
looks
you
over
want.
to your mother and goes, "Well, he gave his permission." And she goes, "We'll talk after. Anyways, dear," and she's like pulling her shirt
Hi, Mom.
like tighter up because she seems embarrassed, and like it is tight fitting at the moment, like covered in
Yeah.
sweat.
I cast. Wait, no, I don't have prestidigitation. Please tell me you
Did you
do.
say prestidigitation?
No, prestidigitation. That's my bad.
Yeah,
I don't have that. Do you? Please?
I do,
Please
but
say
I
you
like
do.
my women like I like my women looking.
I wasn't.
No,
Okay.
I'm fucking with you. No,
Alright.
oh, you were asking Liliana. My bad.
Yeah.
He was gonna say I like her how she looks now, but okay, Liliana, do you?
I gotta give the same answer. Yes,
What?
I do have
Liliana,
it,
you
but
motherfucker!
no.
Oh my god.
I'm liking your friend even more. So,
Alright. Well, you'd love to know she's actually from the first age. As I dropped that bomb, Mom, I'm
what?
engaged.
hold on. And your mother goes, "Wait, what?" Like
Yeah.
everyone's like what? Like there's this mass confusion at the moment.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
drop,
engaged.
I drop another bomb. And I'm engaged with his wife's mother.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, Wilbert goes, all right, let's calm down for a second. So you are dating his mother-in-law. I'm fucking his mother.
Are you?
Yes.
He's engaged to your daughter-in-law. Wait, hold on a second. This isn't what we needed to be talking about. Cactus juice, please.
Well, there's two kinds. There's one that can get you addicted but really fucked up, and the normal one.
That one, please.
Alright, I hand him the normal one.
No, not that one. He wanted the other one.
Alright, don't drink too much though. It's actually dangerous.
I'm immune to poisons. And he starts to just chug it.
Hi, Mom. Here,
It
I give
is
her one of the normal
also a great electrolyte provider.
Oh god.
Okay.
So you see
I
him,
give my mom
you
a
get the
normal
feeling
one.
there's a reason why he asked for it.
Yeah.
Maybe I
I'll
should
give
have
my mom a
gotten
normal
one.
one. I'll give Liliana a normal one.
Yeah.
And I'll have one.
All right, as you all begin to calm down as the room is getting a bit cooler now, as the stench is wafting out of the house. Because it does stink in here.
Of course it does.
Of sweat. Eventually you all sit down on the small sofa in the front room. It's a very nice sofa. It's recent. It seems to be a recent addition to the house. A carpet, a recent addition as well, and a few light fixtures that have been fixed. Theolyn,
Yeah.
this house was in disrepair when you left. It is now looking like it is being repaired to an extent. Like someone has been paying for repairs. And you see the couch itself is a white color with a little bit of golden thread. You get the feeling that this isn't the first time
No.
that the Pope has been here. Maybe the first few times wasn't a sexual thing, but it is now.
Okay.
So, Theolyn.
Is the Pope gonna be my dad?
Possibly. So, Theolyn, as he's like stirring the rest of the cactus juice. A few things to talk about before we get to the meat of it.
Potatoes.
So, first off, who is this other contact that you've made a deal with? I can sense it in you, a burning fire. And wait, yes, we'll get to the rest of that later. Sorry, continue.
My technical father-in-law, the King in Iron.
We'll discuss that later, but yes, the King in Iron.
Yeah.
King in Iron, wait. I guess the influence from your new master must have been... must have shown
Well, I
through.
mean, I purified a sword that was like that was part of an evil version of him, and it kind of just happened.
I'm not going to even ask about that.
Yeah, it's not really integral to the pet. It's not really integral.
Every time you say meat, you like look at him and you're like, oh, god damn, like that scene passes through your mind again.
Oh, God, no.
After Theolyn said father-in-law, Liliana's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Additionally, you worship the King in Iron. Do you know who this man is that you worship? Or not worship specifically, but do things for? Do you know who your patron is?
Well, I know he's the leader of the fire plane, though he did
not the direct, like he is a grand leader of a large portion of part of the fire plane, yes. But he is not the leader of the fire plane. Do not get that wrong.
Oh, okay.
What else do you
My
know of him?
apologies. To be honest, that's it. I know Ryan Fair was obsessed with him.
Yes.
And I know some of his doctrines and whatever.
You are in over your head. Listen here. The
yeah.
King in Iron is a celestial stripped of his title due to sin and destruction, and thrust from the heavens themselves due to assassinating his own father, bound in burning plates of steel and iron, and forced into his sinful hellscape for what he has done. He is not a man you should follow lightly. He is evil incarnate.
Can I roll like an insight check to see if this is like true, or maybe it's a little biased?
Make
I don't
an
know.
insight check on your father. Go ahead.
God damn it.
Yeah, I was there too. I have seen this movie.
Oh, that's actually, that's good. That's good. 21.
You get the feeling he's telling the truth, but you get the feeling what he's saying he doesn't, like, he believes it, but he doesn't know it. You get the feeling he's read it or been taught it, that was the case.
Okay.
And you know that this isn't common knowledge amongst people. So this is probably higher ranking clergyman knowledge that he's trying to give to you here, that he's been told. Which means someone even higher than him had to have told him that.
Would Shugaroth have told him that?
You're not sure.
Sir Wilbert, I do. Well, the King of Nine hasn't actually asked me of anything yet, but I mostly serve him, I guess, not out of any real belief in him. Well, I do believe in him, I guess, but my faith is always and will continue to always be in Sugaroth. The King of Iron has helped me before. I will take your words seriously and have caution, but um, I can't. I'm his son-in-law now.
Just because you're the son-in-law of a person doesn't mean you have to get along with them. Now, mind you, I would not advise caution. I would advise cutting your ties immediately. For his story is the same as Lucifer, Asmodeus himself, who was a demon from the heavens themselves and was thrust down to for his sins. He now controls the hells, does he not? He is the arbiter of hell. It's the same for the King in Iron. Yet you still worship this man thrust into chains of steel and flame. Caution is not what I advise.
Okay.
This does not come from Sugaroth, but the teachings that have been passed down since his banishment.
How long ago was that?
When was it? I believe it was the end of the First Age and around the start of the Fey War. Before the Sentinels of the Sun invited their first mortal.
The thing is, over such a long time, knowledge can be lost, things can be mistranslated.
That may be true, but this comes from the highest echelons of religion. One that is even above me. The three-spired cities. Sorry, the three-spired city. The three peaks. The very mountain that holds the pinnacle of the religious society of the angelic aliens. Where many temples base their centers of operations. Where the gods set their foots down on this world for the first time. Where they crafted and created the world around it. Oh, that's what they say. I don't believe that bullshit, but still.
Yes, because churches are known to never lie to people and tell them
Liliana,
the whole
please. Liliana, please, this is my pope.
Even more reason for me to say this.
Liliana, you make me a history check, actually.
The thing
Can I... You know, can I give him the help action?
No, this is you're not getting you do have advantage for society-based shit, but not from Basilius.
Come on.
So roll again.
Okay, I get advantage.
Actually, no, you don't get to roll again because you have disadvantage as well because of your exhaustion.
Oh, fuck.
Nine.
Please stop
I can give you my DM's inspiration if you want it.
Your DM's inspiration can clear all 3 points of exhaustion if you want to give it to him.
Would that give him another roll?
It would give him another roll, yes.
I'll clear all 3 of your levels of exhaustion, Gash.
Thanks.
You feel your sexual exhaustion cleared. But you still feel drained. Anyways.
What the fuck?
That's better. That's better than...
That was the DC I set, unfortunately.
Yes!
So, you're not sure of the name, but you do recall during the waning years before you were teleported further in time, around, like, I would say 3 years prior to it, a story that was being resounded around the world about a celestial being banished from the heavens due to assassination.
Now that I think about it.
Or the accusing of assassination, I should say.
Yeah. I think I remember that, like, years before I got here, there was...
You do recall the terms of it, specifically the type of celestial was Empyrean. Which is a high-ranking celestial.
Was the King of Iron perhaps an Empyrean before he was banished? Do you know that?
It seems you do know a little history. Yes, the famous Empyrean, his name lost to time, of course, because that is part of his punishment. He's now known as King of Iron. But he was banished from the heavens himself for a sin.
Well, that happened 3 years before I got flung through time and got here.
No, you heard it 3 years before, so you're not sure if it was at that time or before, but there was rumors about it going around.
Yeah, I heard that 3 years before I got flung into this time. Yeah.
That's another thing, but it does not matter. Anyways, so you have heard that he was banished from that realm. Good. So I
Yeah,
recommend,
congratulations.
Theolyn, that you cut all ties with him and destroy whatever vestige he has used to grab upon your mind and your very soul. Even if that means removing his apparent daughter and your wife-to-be from the plane of existence that she relies on him for. Bringing her here, perhaps.
They're on the plane of fire. I don't think that's that much of a...
She's a fire elemental, Liliana. Anyways, the
Elementals have been summoned here before, and especially in Darath, where it holds natural magical capabilities and more of a grasp of that natural magic on the continent.
So Wilbert, the last time me and Liliana were transported somewhere, it didn't last very long. And while I would love to continue talking to you about this a rather enlightening moment, I would love to go on to the other matters of subject before we start to disappear.
Of course. Continue.
Didn't he have a couple things he wanted to ask of me?
Oh, I'll ask
beyond-
about all of that after you get your important questions out of the way. And your mother goes, I think we have the same questions, dear. Continue.
All right. I didn't actually. I thought he wanted to speak with me about a couple of.
No, you
Well,
had a few
okay, I'll
questions,
ask-
I thought. That's why I was giving you some time.
Okay. Let me think. Whoa. Do you? I have some important information to tell you. It's you aren't obviously in the Angelic Aliens right now, but you know of Tobias Pharaoh.
I do. He is a noble within the Tri-Spires who has come to prominence recently, and I feel he's a bit suspicious for his sudden rise. Why?
Your suspicions may be correct. I've been learned in my time on the island that he's working for Horacles.
Do you have any profound proof of this?
Do you have detect thoughts?
We have a few individuals that could detect thoughts of others, yes.
I mean, with you right now.
No.
Actually, hold on. Liliana, we have, can you establish but my companion Liliana you can establish telepathic links, right?
Yes.
My companion Liliana can establish telepathic links. I can replay the events that transpired that led me to learning that information for you directly if you
Yes,
wish.
however, I would need physical evidence to prove it or even bring an investigation upon him.
I mean, I wrote it down, but I'm not sure if that would count.
You don't have it on you at the moment.
Oh, I don't have. Well, I did, but it's not on me. I lost all my items
Let
in
me
the
guess.
plane of fire.
Yes, I was going to guess that.
Yeah.
He
I
looks
need
at
to
you
get
for a
back
second.
there.
You need to get back to the plane of fire.
I need to get my shit.
And your wife-to-be, and bring her away from the man who literally killed his father.
Yeah, if I can.
Okay, well, if you're going to disappear from here soon, return to me, and I can make sure to acquire an individual who could travel through the plains. As long as you have a piece that can travel. Well, if you have a piece of the place you wish to travel, we can travel there. Otherwise, we would be teleporting somewhere random in the fire plane. And that's not
Oh
always
boy.
good.
That would not be good.
I quite actually have a ring from there.
Liliana. Before Liliana says that, I'm gonna telepathically say to Liliana, I'm not
I'm not willing to disregard the King in Iron so easily as I might present myself. Though I don't wish for him to know that. And while we do have pieces of the Plane of Fire, like I have a bit of Pyre's dress, um, this can be dealt with later. I need to learn more about the King and Iron first before coming to any hard decisions.
Okay, I understand.
He didn't decide that when he saw Pyre. You immediately went to a hard
Yeah.
decision.
I did go to immediately. Well, Pyre was very nice to me. Very nice to me.
No, I meant you were in. You had a hard decision.
You're damn right I did. Well, yes, once there might be items at the tome where we're fighting, the vestiges. Once we get back there, I can search around. If not, I know that one of our party members is, of magical persuasion. We might be able to, once they get stronger, be able to, planar travel.
Interesting. Well, if you ever need to get back there, I will be able to get back to the Angelic Aliens pretty soon, and be able to send you right away. You can meet me in Oradon within the next few months, and you see your mother go, "No, not yet. You could have them come here first, if you wish." And he goes, "I need to quell a sort of rebellion, dear. We can't talk about this right now." And she goes, "Well, then you can take me with you, if you wish."
Oh.
And he goes, "Moriana."
You can't win this. I just say, you can't win this
He
situation.
casts silence on you.
Yep.
You know I enjoy our time together. But I need to do this. If you wish to come along with me, I do not mind, but we can talk about this tonight. Let's not argue in front of your child here. You see, Moriana goes, "No, I think we could talk about it here, actually."
Damn.
So, Theolyn, you might be wondering, I don't know if you know this, but if you are, but how long has this been going on? I'd say about a week now that we've been more interpersonally close. He's been helping me keep this place up and running and giving me items the last few months. And honestly, I've come to quite enjoy my time with this man here, Wilbert. And he says he enjoys it the same. Don't you, dear? And he looks at you and looks back at her. "I do. Where is this going?" "Well, I think Theolyn knows where this is going. Do you, Wilbert?" "I do?"
My character's gonna telepathically message him. I think she wants to marry you.
"I do." She goes, "Well, the Angelic Aliens are beautiful year-round, and I am looking for a vacation away from Rue Village, especially with the recent events. It's been quite stressful, and you've helped me relieve quite a bit of that stress, but
God damn.
I think a nice trip to the aliens would be a nice christening ceremony to put our relationship out there, if that's really what you want. I am a prevalent man in the church, and doing so may cause a stir and me being unable to quell the conquest of Fafnir at the moment. The religious groups are not as cut dry as you think. There's many different factions. Theolyn, are you saying anything here?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm kind of shell-shocked that my mom is trying to marry, my pope.
Now, if I was to marry, I hate to say this, but a common woman, there's going to be some questions and a lot of faith lost in me. He looks to you for help, like, "Help me out here, man." Like, what do I do?
Give up.
Alright. Can I?
Theolyn, you know what's gonna happen. I have a lot of things to deal with right now, and it's not the best time, right?
Well, sir, my mother wouldn't be a commoner now. Um, she's technically the mother of a prince.
Just because she is a mother of a prince does not mean she has a title.
I don't
Unfortunately.
mean to say that she. It wouldn't be as. Would your followers be as mad if you were marrying the mother of a prince?
Make a persuasion check.
Alright, baby. We have a +9 to this. Can I have advantage? Is my mom helping me?
She's definitely leaning on him and like rubbing on him, so yes, I'll get you advantage.
Fuck yeah. I have a... that's
That man.
And like he's looking between the both of you, and she's like trying to reveal her cleavage a little bit to him.
Fuck yes. God damn
What?
it. No, I got a 25.
25.
Oh, please, Goblin, please put that one in
No! No!
After the femdom
No!
incident.
Yes.
No! It's a different character.
Anyways, he seems to go, I'll have to word it a different way, and we'll have to come up with how we're going to word this, but yes, we can, fuck it.
Look.
He immediately grabs and kisses your mom very passionately.
Damn.
And goes, Moriana Caldwell.
I cast
Will-
ceremony.
You cast ceremony?
No, I don't cast ceremony.
You could.
Do it.
Okay.
Would you be opposed to engaging in a marriage with me? And she looks at him and looks towards you, Theolyn, for any sign from you.
I mouth, well, as corny as it says, follow your heart. If you want to, you got my full support.
I would love it.
Yeah. I'm not calling you dad.
He looks towards you as she starts to pounce on him and goes, we can discuss that later. You might want to leave the room for a bit.
Liliana, we must be off.
She is starting to very fastly undress him at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Liliana,
shit.
we must
Kissing
be
him
off.
passionately.
Let's go.
Anyways.
Let's go.
As you leave the house for a minute, you start to hear heavy creaks as you're leaving. As you leave, yeah, you wanted to say something, Gesh?
Nah,
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Okay. You don't cast ceremony at all?
He did.
Cast ceremony, yeah.
You cast ceremony during that?
Yeah.
Okay. And which one are you casting?
Which one?
Yeah, you're casting marriage, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you did cast that during the time, and they seem to be christening the ceremony at the moment.
God damn it.
As you begin to leave, what are you doing? The ceremony is still going on, by the way, as you guys leave.
I think... Do I talk to the K and Iron?
I'm still down to keep
attempting.
going for another hour or two, by the way, so I'm
Yes.
not ending it here just yet.
Yeah, I think...
Also, these two had some questions about Karen's wedding.
Yeah?
So,
It's been like, it's at this point, it's starting to get towards like 10 in the morning. So like the sun's out, people are out. Like a few people are walking past the house and they're hearing, and they're like, what the fuck?
And I'm like, don't go there.
They're like, oh, Wilbert's back.
This is a common occurrence? That's...
No.
please make what they say. That please.
That would have been really
Thank
funny.
you.
You see like one of the suitors that always came to your mom's door is just like staring through the window, holding the roses, brokenhearted as he walks away.
I pat him on the back.
It's
There are
like a
plenty of
half-elven
women.
gentleman.
Yeah, dude, go to Riverton. There's tons of them in there.
I heard they have a. He looks to you. I heard they had a few prostitute places there. Maybe I should...
Like, you can go to those if you want to, but, like...
The Riverton women, though, they always have their feet... Like, they barely wear sandals. They're in togas all the time. Actually, that sounds pretty hot. You're right.
Yeah.
When's the... You, stable master, and he starts to run over to the stable. When's the next carriage to River...
That guy's a good guy. He's come around when I've been
Did
there.
he just admit that his mother's a whore?
No, my mom's not a whore. Fuck you.
I will say she's had a few relationships throughout your time, and as you're thinking back, you're like, okay, she's had like 3 other relationships. Wait a minute.
30.
You start to think, because she's met Barnabas a few times. Don't
God
fucking
damn it.
tell me she's fucked Barnabas goes through your mind first. No, she definitely didn't do that because she's also brought a woman over. She's not into women. Is she?
Yeah. Maybe?
Hey,
Bottom
I
line,
could have
my
had a
mom's not a
chance.
whore. She can be promiscuous, I don't care, but she's not a whore.
Wait, does that mean that Barnabas potentially fucked your character?
You do remember getting a birthday gift from Barnabas, actually.
What was it? Was it one of my trading cards?
It was a trading card, yeah. It was actually the trading card with him on it.
Oh, it's you, motherfucker!
It was also he also gave you a bundle of them. It came with that one and the Shugaroth one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Goblin. Can we just talk about the fact that Barnabas is as fuck both my and Theolyn's mom?
It's not confirmed
What?
to your mother, and it's not confirmed to your mother.
Yeah, that rat bastard. Wait, that means he knew he fucked my mom and tried to set me up with his daughter. Fine.
Hey, he didn't know who you were. You fucking
That's
grew
fair.
up. He fucked your mom like when you were 6.
Yeah, well, I don't know that.
You just admitted that he did.
But now we know. Anyways. Oh,
Well,
God.
If Barnabas finds out who your mother is.
Bro, he's like 8 feet tall too, and she's like 5'4". Damn.
I gotta... You know? Fuck it. I'm gonna...
As you
Try
guys
and
are,
talk to
so I'll say about 30 minutes later, your ceremony does end, as you guys are
Yeah.
walking around town, and you know that
I don't
usually
know.
means it doesn't like go away, but like the ceremony is finished 30 minutes later,
Okay.
and that makes you disgusted.
Ugh.
Come on. Do you
Yeah.
want... I have the sending spell. Do you want me to send something to Barnabas?
No, don't send something to Bart. I can't look at that man right now.
Out of character, I'm just fucking with you. You're not sure if he fucked your mom or not, but you have
Yeah.
like an 80% chance in your mind that he did.
Yeah, I can't get an answer to that question right now, Liliana. I have so many others, and I'm gonna tackle them one at a time. First off, I'm gonna try and talk to Shugaroth.
All right, so you find like a small alley and sit down for a second, like on a bench there, and try to close your eyes, meditating to talk to Shugaroth.
Yeah.
What
Your
I'm
entire
going-
mind goes dark and black, and you see the golden serpent's face seemingly swirling around you.
Yeah.
What is it?
I've just got into contact with Pope Wilbert, and he's mentioned some auspicious things about the King in Iron, and I'm unsure if he's... I understand that the King in Iron was cast down from the celestial world for an assassination of his father.
Patricide, yes.
What do you think of him?
I do not care. Simply put, the matters of the King in Iron are not my own. They are of my master Soons to oversee. However, I only care about the bloodlines of undead that pose a threat to this world. Sora's kin.
Okay.
Vesteria, and the like.
Would it be arrogant of me
Hold
to
on,
believe
Theolyn. As you're about to say this, you're like, wait, Vesteria. Didn't
Oh
the
shit.
Pope mention that name when you mentioned the demon general?
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. Speaking of Mysterio, Lord Shuguroth.
Whatever. Her seal is wonderfully made and guarded. Only a fool would kill that dragon.
That dragon is dead, my lord. I'm attempting to
God damn
seal
it,
Valeri.
Gish.
And me
Hey.
and my party are attempting to seal it away. Now we've gotten 6 of the 8.
So you have broken 6 of the 8 of her minds.
Yes, they're
Interesting.
sealed back. We're reestablishing it right now. The red one casted some mist attack, and my companion and I,
You see,
Liliana,
like
were
he's
going.
looking away as you're talking to him, not listening to you.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
sent someone to deal with it as well.
Phenomenal. Okay.
You suddenly hear in your mind for a second the Pope go, Theolyn,
Yeah.
why am I butt naked in front of a vampire lady?
Well,
It's a sending message so you can respond.
Oh.
I'm speaking to Shugroth right now. I was telling him about Valerian.
Like you see in front of you, like the whole scene of the battle going on. Corin and everyone is heavily injured, and then suddenly the Pope appears. He goes, "God damn it, bring it
Look,
on!" And just starts to
I
walk
didn't think
forward
this would
menacingly.
happen.
And then your vision
I didn't-
comes back, and Sugargroth goes,
All right.
"Continue our conversation."
Would it be arrogant of me to assume that they might, the King in Iron, anyways, could have a second chance? It's
Though
been so long. I think anyone can change in a matter of time.
second chances are part of my doctrine, though you may not have learned that, as your faith was wavering, or you thought it was growing stronger after meeting the Blackbird. After all, my dogma is not the death of undead. It is the death of certain unredeemable undead. You speak of the King in Iron's sins, for I do not know if he truly committed them. But those who can be redeemed, even undead in my eyes, deserve the chance to prove themselves. If you believe this King in Iron, this Empyrean, can be redeemed, give him the chance to prove it. Though my master has not spoken to me of his thoughts on this matter, I do not know how he will act if he truly can see the King in Iron redeemed. You will have to speak with him.
I don't know if Soon wants to speak with me. I gave my bride-to-be an Atarlan flower.
Oh,
Yeah.
you messed up.
I might have. Um, I I think he said it was okay if I did, but if I broke the vow, he would kill me and everything I ever loved and
He would
enjoyed.
probably turn me on you as well.
I understand if you have to, my lord, and I wouldn't blame you. He is your
Creator,
he
master.
yeah. It's okay. If it ever came to that, I would accept it wholeheartedly, and I understand.
Anyways, back to the King in Iron.
Yeah.
If you did wish to speak to Soon about it, he was the one who cast the punishment. Just so you know. He would be the one to speak to.
Okay.
Now, other matters. You had more questions, did you not? Did you really waste my time for 3 things?
No. The
No, I'm fucking with you. He's just expectantly waiting.
There's
He's like a fucking shit poster.
yeah.
Yes?
He's on Reddit all the time.
Anyways, continue.
No one knows it's him. He's
r/mi the asshole.
Yeah. r/mi the asshole. 300 billion year old dragon was talking to my 28
300 billion old energy based space dragon made by the primordial flame deity was talking to my
that Tower of Babel styled iron tower, I think it's called the Iron Keep. I saw it in a dream and I think you were there. Is that in Durat, or was that like more of a mental thing?
It resides within the Dunek region of Durath, yes.
Oh,
it is a keep of one who desired power in the past, has found their own way to it after falling to the wiles of another, and has redeemed themselves to an extent. It would be a good lesson, or should I say, figure, if you wish to show redemption for the King in Iron.
I will have to see that. And a little more worrying, my lord. I'm not certain of a name, but a creature of madness had attacked some innocent people, and I was shown a vision of a world torn asunder with eyes all over, black and purple, and the color of nothing. It's trying to expand, and I'm not sure what it is. I just wish to inform you in case you or any of the others, DFX, I don't know if you talked to them.
Many of the vestiges of this creature have made their way into this realm and others. A sword given to a Githyanki in Sanctuary. Stones broken in mines by a traveler from another world. You are not the first that I have seen. Well, you are not the first to report these to me.
Oh, thank goodness.
You're the first to do so willingly.
Oh,
I cannot go further into the details. This creature of madness would destroy the world if information got out. Chaos and destruction. Trust in me that she will not return.
Okay. I have my full faith in you. That was all, and
I have one question for you.
Oh, of course.
Who is this girl you gave the Atarlin bloom to?
Theolyn kind of shyly, kind of does a little footsie. Her name was Pyre. She's a fire elemental from the plane of fire. She watched me fight my companion Bill. She was very nice to me. And I went to her creation day, which is our birthdays.
I know of it, yes.
Yeah.
Keep going. How does she make you feel? You get the feeling he's just gossiping right now. He doesn't talk to people. He talks to like three people in lore. You're one of them.
All right. You know, I think moving forward from this, Theolyn is just gonna like make small talk with him every day.
That's fine. Yeah, you have a holy symbol for a reason.
Yeah, I'll just like nothing grandiose or anything. Like I need something, I'll just talk to him.
At this
Like,
point,
I'll just do that.
Liliana, it's been like an hour, and he's just been sitting there, like, just
Yeah.
meditating. What are you doing?
I wanted to say that if he would have started meditating, I would have also started the same thing, but
Okay.
basically praying to my goddess.
Who is Maka,
You have a
right?
goddess?
Maka?
Yeah, Maka the Blue.
Yeah.
As you're sitting there, your mind focuses, your third eye opens, and you recall the beautiful expanse of the valleys of Fafnir, ancient Fafnir, flowers and beautiful large open fields, dragons flying through the sky, people riding upon dragons and flying in the age of magic, the first age, the age of creation, just before the wonders of the world, breathing a fresh new life. And you look up to the night sky as the blue moon resides. You feel as if it stares at you expectantly.
Out of character, what am I supposed to do here?
You're meditating, trying to ask your goddess something. What is it? A bit of breeze passes by you.
Okay, give me a second.
Motherfucker said, "Hey, I know I'm calling, but how you doing?"
What you been up to, girl?
Because from what
See
my
anyone?
character knows, nobody knows Maka the Blue anymore.
She's an ancient legend and tale. She's not
Yeah.
worshipped much.
Well, you might have a store would know of her, I think. That was the witch hunter who did she, you know.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
Anyways, Gash, continue.
She would ask, what? Oh, fuck. Do I have a purpose being in this time?
You watch as the flowers and the wind seem to pour, and you feel magic starts to pour upon you, and you get the feeling the response is that depends on you. You get the feeling it depends on what you do.
Okay.
Got 2 more questions.
Oh,
I'm treating this as one of the cleric spells because you don't have a divine connection to this god.
Fair point.
ask her about the. Oh wait,
As you think about this, I'm going to open my window really quick.
Okay.
Gash, ask her about the fucking field about the Atarlan blooms. Your purpose that you apparently
Yeah,
abandoned.
that's what I wanted to ask. That's what I wanted to ask. I will.
Hell yeah, we're strategizing. What's another one? What's the last one you could ask?
Honestly, the last thing is just gonna be, do you wish me to
I'm
make
back.
it? Okay,
Hey.
I have the second question.
Sure, go ahead.
I don't know how to convey this in words exactly, but my character would ask about the growth of the Atarlan flowers.
What do you want to know about it?
Where
Can it be
I
restored?
could, yeah, can it be restored?
As you ask this question, you feel as if the same energy passes through you, as if saying, it depends on you.
Damn.
Okay. Do
Third
you
question.
wish... Yeah. This is not exactly a plot.
You see, like, the valley that you're in is starting to grow darker as the moon is starting to lose a bit more light as you ask more questions.
Do you wish me to make a great effort to try to restore belief in you?
You see the moon flashes. It grows brighter. The valley becomes cased in a bluish color. And you get an overwhelming yes from it. But you also feel that same presence. Depends on you.
Okay. Another thing added to the to-do list.
So you get the feeling the deity would love to be revered and worshipped, but it depends on what you want to do.
Okay. I now have 3 big things on my to-do list.
Yeah.
As the moon begins to warble and you feel like you're underwater as you begin to grow drowsy and you fall asleep in this beautiful field of flowers in this valley. Before you awaken and you open your eyes, you're drooling a bit and your head's leaning on Theolyn's shoulder as you sat down next to him. You take it off and you wipe a little bit of drool and you see that you drooled heavily on his outfit for a second. And you look around and it is past noon. And you watch as Theolyn opens his eyes. His fire seems to pour out of them for a second. He shakes it off.
Before I leave Shuguroth's presence, can I give him a Ember Lily?
You reach for them, and they are not there, remember?
Yeah, but like I was meditating, I figured.
Sure, yeah,
maybe
I'll say you physically you create one and you go to hand it to him, and he looks down to it. It's like one made of energy, specifically fire and radiance, and he, like you see one of his hands reaches out and grabs it because he is an Eastern dragon.
Yeah.
He grabs it and brings it up to him. A gift. Long have tributes remained on shrines taken by holy men. I accept. And he takes it, and you come back to your mind flashes, and you come back to in the middle of this alleyway.
I drooled on myself.
Go back to your mother. I think she has some question about what happened.
You don't know about that, Liliana.
Pope. I think the Pope and your mother wanted to ask some questions.
The Pope is dealing with the seal.
Oh shit.
You opened up a line of connection with Corin for a second, and you hear, "Who the fuck is this naked priest fighting against the vampire? How is he beating the shit out of her with his fist? What the? Why is his dick swinging
Pope.
And you close it immediately.
Why is he kicking so much ass?
Would Basilius have at least? Would Theolyn have at least says that it's the Pope of the?
No, you can't contact him. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's sending.
Anyways, so as you guys get up, you're still in Rue Village. What are you doing?
Boy, what the fuck do we do? Do we
Actually,
go
I will
back
say,
to my mom?
as you are like standing up and thinking about what you should go back to your mom, you hear in your head, "Do not believe all the lies you have been told, Squire."
Is that the King of Iron?
It is.
Yeah.
Not all events unfold as they say they do.
I don't believe everything that Wilbur told me, and I don't want to forsake you, the king. Do I say my king? I'll do that, my king. I just needed to say some things to get him off my back about it, and regardless of the circumstance that surrounding whatever, you've been good to me, you've been good to Ryan, and you're fighting a cause I believe is noble. I will not abandon you.
I will say this. Pyre has sent me a few letters asking that I bring you back here. If she comes to speak to me personally, I will need to teleport you back. I hope you're ready for that. It may happen soon again.
Yeah, I'm sealing a vampire demonic general, but Pope might have that handled.
I will say she's being very prevalent about it. She seems very emotionally, she seems very, like, scarily attached to you. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I believe if you don't come back soon, she is going to... She was talking about hiring mercenaries or something to come and get
Oh
you.
man.
I would be careful and watch your back.
I would like to see her again. I just don't have the means of planar travel.
Also, I would be careful about agents from other areas of the fire plane. There were a few individuals who wished to court her as well. I have heard rumors circling amongst my court that there may be assassins coming after you.
Let them try. Do I call you Dad now?
That would be... Make a persuasion check, please.
I just
Hey, seems pretty significant. Should I roll this in chat?
Yes, in chat, please.
I really hope that the King of
Liliana, give me the help
Yes,
action.
I can't hear you if you stop talking and you're not talking loud enough.
Sorry.
No, Gesh, you need to talk louder. I can't hear you.
I just hope from that the King of doesn't that hold them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to kick you from the call so you can come back in, Gesh, because, like, your mic is low.
You're breaking. Yeah, you're breaking out. Oh, yeah. Hello.
Better?
Yes, much
Yeah,
better.
that's much better.
Yeah, I just realized I had my mic a bit up because I had a snack and it was getting in the way.
What were you saying?
Sorry. I just hope that for Liliana that the King of Iron doesn't know about that happening.
No, we'll find out. Liliana, give me the help action.
No, you can't.
I will.
You can't.
Yeah,
Oh, alright. Do I have any bonuses?
happening.
It's a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Come on.
Alright, come on. That's a 12.
No. The connection
Alright.
ends.
Damn. Okay.
Might be early.
So,
Alright.
you guys,
That might have been a blunder on my part.
you guys are in Rue Village. Actually, no, there is another message that comes through. Liliana, you hear in your mind, by decree of the king in Iron, the king of the scorched fields, you are hereby banished from the scorched fields henceforth. Another message comes through. Should you step foot within these lands on the fire plane, you shall be arrested and held in contempt of this agreement. Another message comes through. Additionally, if you wish to plead your case against these charges, the king is willing to settle this dispute through battle
Oh.
to the death. Another message comes through. Signed, the royal decree of the King in Iron. P.S. Fuck you.
I think he knows.
Well,
A final
decree
message
says-
comes through. A final message comes through. Brought to you by the Court of Fire and Messengers of Ember of the Scorched Fields. If you're looking for a new way to contact individuals, please seek us out for a fair price that does not burn a hole in your pocket. Aha! And it just ends. You get the feeling there was
Damn,
more
I should
pause
get
at the
them.
end. Yeah, it's an advertisement.
Well, Liliana, hold on. They said the scorched fields. You can meet your wife somewhere else.
Yeah, I
Just saying.
It just says that I can't enter the scorched fields, right?
The Scorched Fields is the king's country. It's the large land inside the valley. Yes.
Okay, good. So I can still send messages there.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can send a sending spell.
quickly inform my wife of that. Yeah, I can't visit her anymore in the scorched fields
Do
because
you use the message to send that?
yes.
Okay, go ahead and mark the spell slot off. And what do you say?
There is a problem. Wait, let me type that out first.
I don't care. Don't count it out. Don't count it out. I don't care. Just say what you're gonna say.
There is a problem. The King of
Agree.
Iron personally said that I can't go into the Scotch fields anymore, and because, this whole situation, and the only way this can be resolved apparently is with a duel to the death, so yeah.
In response, you hear, "Don't worry, I can talk it out with you. If you want, I can try to arrange three-way between the three of us.
God damn it.
I think that'll soothe his heart a bit, but I'm not sure. He's changed quite a bit since he became a big deal. Well, he's always been a big deal, but, since he got that new knight, Ryan Farrell. Fuck that guy."
Yeah.
Everybody hates this guy.
By the
Do I hear
way,
this?
how's the spell going, dear? You building up a little bit of, should I say, anticipation? Don't
Ask
do
for better
anything without
items.
inviting me, baby. Make me a charisma saving throw.
You're
God.
within my aura. You
Mhm.
get +5.
Now see me getting an at 1.
Nah, one.
No,
nah,
no.
one. Nah, one.
Please don't get in that one.
26.
That's two
Your
ones.
libido is climbing heavily, but you manage to stay in your pants. And you hear, "Remember, that ring is not just a one-way ticket. Well, it is a one-way ticket for one of us.
Oh.
You can summon me at any time, dear, but I'll have to disappear, and the ring will break, unfortunately. Plus, we haven't had our wedding just yet.
Tell her I can appreciate it.
I would love to see the sights of the angelic aliens. Go on a date, have a ceremony on one of the tall mountains there, overlooking the sea. Sounds
Fuck it.
beautiful.
Fuck it, can we actually do that?
Also, Pyre would love the scenery. She is entranced with the material plane.
Wait. Goblin. Please tell me we can have a triple wedding in the angelic elements.
In the angelic aliens? Fuck. Shit, it might happen. You have to convince the party, but it could happen.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, bro.
Anyways, baby, I gotta get going. I have a lot to deal with. A lot of suitors are mad that Theolyn got my daughter's ass. Many of them are just jealous that he gets the title of prince. Also, if Theolyn's welcome to join us anytime, dear. Let him know that.
Oh my
again.
god.
Oh god.
Hugs and kisses. Penis inside me. Whatever you
God.
say on the material plane. Can't wait to see you again.
She
Blah,
doesn't.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh no, our items. Fuck.
Oh
You
shit.
didn't ask about them. You had to spend another spell if you wanted to. The one thing you should have asked about.
It's worth, Gash. It's worth.
It is.
Do it.
I would cast another sending
Roll a
spell.
d100. Roll a d100 first.
Come on, Gash.
12.
What do you say?
That's good.
What do you say?
By the way, is there a way for me and Theolyn to get our equipment back? We both kind of, forgot it.
You hear a response, but not from the
Yeah.
person you expected. You hear, "How interesting."
Is this the King of Iron?
You heard his voice once. This is the King in Iron. You
Oh,
see,
no.
sometimes communications could be intercepted. Why did you forget your items, I wonder? Were you too
Oh,
busy
no.
fucking my ex-wife?
Yes.
What the fuck? Did you admit it?
Well, you're gonna have to spend another fucking sending spell if you want to say that to him.
I have 3 total spell slots for level 3. Yes, I'm gonna expend
You can
another.
You
Oh,
just
yeah,
say
so-
yes?
I say, yes, I was busy.
and we didn't have enough time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like your confidence. Sure, I'll get your shit for you.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Bro, if you said anything besides yes, he would not have given you your shit.
Good
to
job,
be honest
Gash.
with
Hell
you.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest
Hell
with you.
yeah.
I didn't expect that, and my eyes went, oh shit, he actually said yes. How would the King in Iron respond to this? He'd like the
He
confidence.
likes his moxie.
He'd like the
Hey.
confidence, to be honest.
My character, Liliana's thought process was like, you know what? There's no point of lying to him.
There's like a favor system. You started out neutral and then went negative 50 by fucking his wife. You kind of went up to like negative 30 instead.
That's something.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
He
Gash.
still
Hell
kind of
yeah.
hates
Fucking
you,
we
but
bomb on it.
he still kind of hates you. But like, he appreciated the moxie.
Am I also neutral now, or am I?
No,
in the
Theolyn,
positives?
you're a bit above. You had already proven yourself to him, so you'd gone from like neutral to like +5, and then because now you're fucking his daughter, you're at like +10.
Hell yeah.
Liliana has pretty big balls.
You're approaching.
Damn right. I'm approaching what? I'm sorry.
I hate Guess just joking. Anyways, I will say this. Actually, no, that'll be after the long rest. But yeah, as you guys are walking through Rue Village, what are you doing? Your items will be delivered to you soon, but not yet.
What do we do? Do we go back to my mom, or should we check out the Cistern Palace?
The Cistern
Palace.
Palace.
Cistern
Yeah, I know.
Palace.
I know. I wrote it Cistern first, but that's because I forgot what I actually wrote it as.
My bad. Let me change it in my
Mother
notes
has
then.
some questions for you about your
Yeah, let's go to my mom.
movie marriage. At least I'm not gonna get asked about me being from the first age, hopefully.
You see appearing
Hopefully.
back outside of the house, completely butt naked, just coming in like, you know Vex from Destiny, how they appearing like that,
Yeah.
but out of radiant energy. You see the Pope appears, looks around, covers his junk for a second, and runs back into the house, and you see the door close behind him for a second, but you see him like step out for a second. I will let the people know that you will be going on your way. I know that you're a famous seamstress here. And he starts to dart out of the way. He looks at you and goes, "Why? Why did you tell him that? I could have dealt with that after I got dressed."
Look, I didn't expect him to send you like now. I thought he would have trusted me to do it.
I didn't even get to finish my fight there. He told me I did enough and then sent me back. You might have to go back in with a mad woman killing your party, but deal with that when you will. I don't
heard
know
you
what
kicking
happened.
ass.
Yes, I kicked ass for a little bit and healed your friends.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Don't call me father, please. It's
I'm not
weird.
gonna-
It's weird enough that I'm already fucking your mother.
Look, I said I was not going to, and I don't intend to.
Please don't come into confession one day and say, "Father, I've been a bad boy."
Where is this? What about me screams that I would ever do that?
You
Yeah,
seem
he-
like you would joke about that kind of stuff. I don't know.
That's Liliana.
Yeah, that would be me. He didn't even have a naughty magazine.
Anyways, before I
What?
continue, Sugaroth told me to do this, and he touches your forehead and like rubs it all the way, like two of his fingers, his pointer and his middle finger, puts it on your forehead and rubs it all the way down, past your crotch even. He goes, "I don't enjoy this," and he rubs it down and then just takes it off onto the ground and pulls it off and goes, "Blessing upon you, may Sugaroth protect you in all your travels, blah 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 blah." He's granting you a new spell.
Oh,
You'll understand it when you wake up again.
okay.
You need time for your brain to process it. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Bring your wife to the material plane, because the King in Iron is not a friend. And he walks.
Hold on.
Especially not to me.
So Wilbur,
Yes.
I am planning to bring my wife to the material plane. I haven't actually been officiated, and she wants to see the angelic aliens.
Well, we can talk about your marriage soon. I'm not heading back for a few. I'm not heading back for a few months, but that can be changed if you bring your wife here. I can officiate your wedding or something. We'll have to talk about that in a bit. I need to.
Yeah, could you do this?
Go do what it is you need to do.
I need to do a few things. I'm going to head to Riverton really quick and get a ring, because I need to do that. Anyways, thanks for the ceremony spell. And he walks away.
Yeah. Alright, yes, let's go to mom.
Oh man. Yeah, shit.
Yes, Gesh?
I wanted to ask him if this could be arranged for me and my wife as well, which is technically Theolyn's mother-in-law.
Fuck your mom, shit lips. You walk into your house and you can see your mother is like putting on her stuff again, and she's still in the middle of like. Actually, no, she wouldn't be putting on her stuff because it's been like an hour or two. At the moment, you could smell this fresh smell of eggs and meat that's cooking, and you recognize it as on-keg meat because on-kegs are a common occurrence around here.
I get a nervous flashback.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
All because of that fucking on.
Don't. We don't talk about.
As you walk in, you could see that she puts stuff down on the dining table and goes, "Well, it seems, I was saying his name all fucking session. What's the Pope's name?"
Wilbert.
Wilbert. Okay, I don't know why I went Walter, like Walter White. It just appeared in my mind and it completely wiped out Wilbert. Well, Wilbert seems to be in a hurry. I believe he's probably going to get a ring or something for me.
Yeah,
He's
he
always
just said
been
he was
a
going to
romantic.
Riverton.
Well, he could have brought me, but I mean, I guess I gotta finish up here. I gotta pack my belongings. After all, we did discuss. Hold up, I just got a text. The DM says.
Man. Good job, Gish, getting our fucking items back. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Well, we were discussing about our wedding, and we were looking to hold it in the angelic islands. There's this nice little mountainous hill at the edge. We were actually going to hold it on the dragon's spine, like near it in Oradon, near the ocean there. It's a beautiful place he knows of. Beautiful vineyards. It's a small town. It has beautiful vineyards. It has a beautiful terrace that overlooks the ocean. It's a beautiful place that he knows of. You're all invited after
lovely.
all. You could bring your wife to be, dear. After all, I need to meet the beautiful lady. If you are so entranced by her.
Yeah, quick warning, she's a fire elementals.
That's fine. I've been burnt
Yeah,
before.
I know. Yep.
Maybe you should meet her mother as well.
I assume you guys are doing this while she's like, while you guys are eating.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Now, dear, tell me, have you done the deed with her yet? Or are you waiting for marriage? You're a good boy, so I assume the second.
I blush heavily.
Dear, you asked her to marry you and then fucked her?
Yeah.
That's not how it goes, baby. You know that. You know you're a good boy. I can't talk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Mom, I was about to say.
I'm a bit promiscuous myself, baby. But you gotta understand. Unless you're sure about it.
I gave her a tarlin flower.
Well, I don't know what that means, but if you're sure about it, dear, then I will give you my permission. But I've got to meet the bitch first.
Yeah.
Mom.
By the way, the Italian flower is the only creation Sun ever did, and he did it for the love of Atala.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Anyways, dear, if you're, how should I say this? A woman in love with you might act differently around your friends and might start to isolate you. I need to make sure she isn't a bitch.
Mom, don't call my wife a bitch. Please.
Yeah, I think that would be more applicable to... Yeah,
What, were you gonna say your wife for a second? casual.
No?
What was about to be
Anyways,
said?
dear, I need to get packing because we're leaving in a month or so to the angelic aliens to investigate some things.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, 2 months or so. And then we'll be back by the festival here this time. Baby, would you mind if I left Rue Village? Me and Wilbur
As
haven't
long as
talked about it, but if we're getting married, I mean, I might as well live with him.
if you want to live in the angelic aliens, by all means, Mom.
But I've been in Durath my entire life, you know.
Do you want to stay in Durath, or would you rather go to the angelic aliens?
I don't know. This is a conversation for after we're married. We'll talk about this when the wedding happens.
Okay.
Anyways, you should bring your wife here. I want to meet her, baby.
I'll try. I need to learn planar travel first.
Well, there is the Mages College over there in the capital.
Oh yeah. That
There
would
is
be a
also
good
Barnabas.
place.
He does have a shop in Riverton.
I don't know. Barnabas has been complaining to me and my friend Ryan about teleporting all the
I
time.
do
For
have a
someone named
favor.
for another person in my party temporarily named Corwin. Corwin has apparently used him as a taxi
I
service
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have a
or a carriage
favor
service. Sorry,
for
taxis don't
Barnabas.
exist. What, Cash?
I have an open favor with Barnabas.
Well, if you have a favor with Barnabas, that's fine. Also, if you do not want to use, well, if you do go to Barnabas and she pulls out a small note and a small a necklace almost and wraps it around, hand this to him if you do go see him.
Mom.
Theolyn, it
Yeah.
seems like not only your mother was interested in Barnabas.
Uh,
It seems like not only my mother was interested in him.
Liliana, please.
Well, it seems you've already figured out something. Yes, I have had Barnabas inside of me.
Goddamn, Mom, I'm right here.
But those times are past. He was mourning the death of his wife at that point. And I got a little bit too close with him.
You know he's from the first age.
Elves don't live that long, sweetie.
I also come from the first stage.
Time shenanigans.
Yeah, I got transported through
That would
time.
make sense. That would make sense. If you both come from the first age due to that, that makes sense.
You know he's
Anyways,
based off my
That's why
my
I
super
know
cool car.
That's why I know that the ancient general card that he has is Barnabas.
Oh, God damn it.
well, if you say so, dear. Anyways, give him this note. Both
In the
of you,
necklace.
I'll say, Liliana, make me an insight check.
Let me put this actually in my fucking notes.
Nat 20.
Yo!
Fuck. Let's go to a secret channel.
Okay.
No!
Hey guys, I'm gonna mute myself here on the recording, and I'm gonna mute the recording completely for a few minutes here, just because he gets some secret information.
Nope. Nope. Hey.
nothing but.
So,
What the fuck were you listening to?
YouTuber named Honcho.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, sorry about that, Gash. I had to pause for a second because Divinity was texting me for a second, so I had to text them back. Anyways, but yeah, that's the information you gained.
Yeah, huh.
Oh no.
I need to. I need to
Anyways,
ask about it.
so I'm going to have to start packing some things. How was the lunch? It had a little bit of on-keg in it.
1,000-yard stare enters in its eyes.
Anyways, dear, is there anything you wanted to ask me before I get ready for my travel in a bit?
God, what do I want to ask her?
And just so you know, the only reason I'm going along with marrying, we'll call him the Pope right now, your father has not been back for quite some time and has never contacted me. He stopped sending letters like 30 years ago, dear.
Well, I don't blame you for remarrying. It's been a long time.
Yes, but I know that you always, how should I say, had a thing about... I know some individuals have a thing about this, even if they don't know their father very well.
I think I've come to terms that he's not coming back. If I find him, I find him. If not, I mean, did he say where he was going?
He was a traveler, dear. He's a holy man, too.
Yeah.
If anything, I believe he was actually of the Shugarothian faith as well. And that's why, I think that's why you actually had a fascination with it, because he handed you I think it was like a plushie of the dragon.
Oh, I still have that.
Yes, it's quite beat up. I've had to stitch it many times, I know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But, yes, he hasn't been back since you were like 3, I think it was.
Damn, how old is Theolyn?
I'm 28.
Anyways, dude. You just had me thinking about all that history in my head. Anyways, so what's your wife like? Tell me about her a little bit. Why did you get so interested in her? And I assume you start talking about that, right?
Yeah, I'll start talking about how she was super nice to me, how she's very shy and nervous when she tries to I don't know. Well, impress me sounds so arrogant. Well, she acts shy and nervous. She has a fascination with flowers. I know that. I just talk about her.
Okay. Well, I would love to meet her, baby. Anyways, I think it's about time that you got going, right?
Yeah.
Unless you want to stay here, you seem exhausted, baby.
I am a little tired.
Probably a little drained, too.
God damn it,
What you just
Mom.
told me.
Yeah, I guess.
Did that cactus milk help?
Yeah, actually.
I'm just joking around with you. Don't worry, dear.
By the
Yeah,
way,
This is
I
the
know.
first time you've talked about sexual experience with me. You were always so shy about it, okay?
God, okay.
by the way, Theolyn, do you have more of that cactus juice?
Yeah, actually, I have one more jar.
You technically have 2.
Oh, I have 2 jars.
Can I have one?
Sure.
She drinks that up in like a few seconds.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll drink the other one.
Yana has been very fucking great.
Okay. Well then, you can stay the night. Or you don't have to. It's your choice. We don't have much room. It would just be your room, unfortunately, baby.
That's fine. Liliana and I are just friends anyways. I can sleep on the floor.
Yeah, if it's okay, I would rather go crash on the couch.
Who's sawing
Yeah,
something
fine.
right now?
I don't know.
I think that comes from you.
No,
Does it?
I'm not fucking cutting anything or anything like that. Anyways,
Is it?
so, you guys are sleeping here then?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah?
Also, then if Theolyn is not there, I would ask her about Barnabas.
I don't know.
So as Theolyn goes up to get prepared for rest or go along with the rest of his day before he rests, Theolyn leaves the room.
Yeah.
Theolyn, you do see that Liliana stays behind, and I'll say with your passive perception, you can see that she's anxious for you to leave to an extent.
Oh man. She must.
So, as I'll say, would Theolyn come back down to see what she wants to talk to your mother about so fervently in a little bit? Or what would you do? Would you go up or not? Because you get the feeling she wants to talk to your mother when you leave.
I think I would respect Liliana's desire to not speak to speak when I'm not around.
Okay.
And Thielon's a good guy like that. He would stay in his room. You know, he'll go through his cards and make a new deck.
Okay.
I
Deafen yourself for right now so that you don't hear
Yeah.
this. And I'll at you. I'll at you.
He already has deafened
Alright.
himself.
Yes, dear. Did you want some more food?
No, I have a question. When we mentioned when we had the talk with Barnabas, you had very anxious look and it looked at Theolyn in a way that makes me wonder. What were you afraid of him finding out?
She stares at you for a second. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. That's 27.
27.
I have fucking expertise.
Dear, have you ever had a child?
Not yet.
Have you ever had a sibling, or... You seem to come from a rich house. A famous house, correct?
Yes.
Did either of your parents ever have an affair?
Yes, I said my mother probably had a thing for Barnabas.
Well,
had
then
a
you
thing-
know this best. When an individual of higher standards, of higher fame, we'll say, has an affair with a woman of lower standing, they both may want to keep it a secret when the individual of lower should I say, when the individual, how do I explain this better? When a child is sired from the both of them.
Oh.
Suffice to say, Theolyn has a sibling out there, and I don't want him to know about them.
Shit.
And that's what the letter states. And I would appreciate it if you kept this between you and me.
No worries.
Good. After all, I haven't checked in on her in quite some time. I don't even know where she ended up.
How is her name?
I don't know. I didn't name her. I just gave her away.
That's definitely sad.
It is. But it was necessary to not tarnish Barnabas's name. It wasn't his choice. He had no idea. I was the one who made the decision.
Yeah. You should know about Barnabas. He doesn't really care that much about that kind of stuff. That's the thing.
You've only met him recently, it would seem, then.
Nope. I met him when he was still a general in the first stage.
I will say, Liliana, he still cared about himself, like his image in the first stage, because I've mentioned that multiple times. Nowadays, he seems a bit carefree, but you don't know how he was like 20-ish years ago.
Mm.
Let me just say this. He spoke of his wife greatly, that he has now, before she died, or was kidnapped, he said, 20-ish years ago. I fell for the man. He wanted me. we hooked up quite a few times, and I sired, I don't know why I can open up to you so much. I sired twins. And gave them both away to save his reputation. Because if they knew I was the mother of his new children, that would be bad. Especially with those who kidnapped his previous wife.
Understandable.
And I had a child of my own to take care of. So, can I trust you not to let it slip to Theolyn?
No worries, I will not tell Theolyn.
She's gonna roll an insight check against you. And don't tell me if you're lying or deceiving. Roll either a deception or persuasion check. Don't tell me which, and tell me the result of your roll.
24.
Alright. Looks like I can believe you then. And you can see that she's holding a dagger under the table and she puts it away. It's like attached to her thigh, and she pulled it out, it seemed, as this conversation started, and put it away. Anyways.
Question. Do you know, does in your role there exists something similar to the unbreakable promise from Harry Potter?
There's contracts and shit. But she's a common woman.
Would Liliana know that?
You would know of magical contracts, yes.
Well, if you want, I probably could set up a magical contract that would bind me magically not to tell him.
Unfortunately, I would say your character does mention this, but you do not have the materials to bind this. You would need special parchment, which costs like 10 gold per page. You would need ink that's worth about, I'd say, 200 gold, and you would need a special quill that breaks upon use.
Mind.
Yeah.
Well, then never mind.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, if you could.
No, I did. So I don't have the money. Never mind then.
That's unfortunate. But dear, I
But
will say this: when you do have children, you can tell me all the gossip about them. I can be your confidant.
Let me say it like this. My wife is Theolyn's mother-in-law and the wife of the King of Iron. You have no idea how much, in what amount of mess I got myself into.
No, I can only guess. Tell me about it.
I am now kind of banned from the.
And I assume you go over it, right, with her?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get Basilius back in here.
Yeah. Shit. Damn.
Anyways, don't say anything to him. Not even out of character.
Yep, I not even out of character. Understood.
Hmm?
Basilius, and if you watch this back, don't watch this episode back.
Okay.
Because it has a lot of lore that could break out of character.
Oh boy.
Like, I feel sorry for you that you didn't listen in.
Yeah. So Basilius, as they're talking, what are you doing?
Going through my my Turam cards.
You're like, ooh, what's this?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is Harkin the Destroyer. Interesting. I remember this card. It was kind of a broken card when it first came out, but because of the creep, the power creep, it kind of became useless because the cards that were used in Riverton, the tournament was banning them. Kind of ass. You know, it costs too much material to actually summon.
It still wipes out all permanents on the board, but it's so expensive to use when there are cheaper options.
Yeah.
I got a Celilia the white card.
It's Cilia. And then it's
Silly.
yeah. And that's like the White Moon, and it's the base. It's called its ability is called Frostfall. Opponents can only have one their end of phase turn. End of turn phase. Anyways,
It's a good card.
well, the end of turn or the beginning of turn phase. Well, actually, no. They only have their beginning of turn and end of phase turn. They don't get any of the middle phases that they would get.
Yeah, it's banned.
Yeah. It also However, the card as long as the actually, I'll say this. It also allows you to instead exile the card. It has a world effect, but it also has the ability where you could tap and exile the card to summon in 3 celestial tokens or 3 celestial tokens worth of one celestial creature. So if you want to summon in a creature with 2 celestial token types, so like it costs that much, you could summon in one of them, or you could summon in one with 3 cost, or 1 with 2 and 1 with 1. It kind of is like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good card.
It exiles the card, though. And there are cards that return from the graveyard. A few in the Maka deck, actually, because she created necromancy and lore.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, the 3 Moon deck is a really good deck. It even adjusts with the power creep, kind of. But yeah, anyways, so you're creating these decks. What else are you doing during your downtime?
I think I'll kind of be on the lookout for those assassins that I've been warned about.
Get the feeling they won't come to you just yet, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a little paranoid.
Okay.
I think Theolyn will just take the time to appreciate that he's able to check in with his parent, like his mom, his hometown. He's had a real big fear that if he came back here in an inopportune time when his past self was also here, something terrible would happen. And now he just feels a huge sense of relief that him being here has not caused anything so disastrous that he knows of.
As you look out the window towards the tower that seems to be eerily sectioned between here and Riverton, you begin to sleep. Liliana, you fall asleep as well, after gossip and whatnot. As you both awaken during the night, you stare out towards the tower once more. Theolyn, as you awake first and you begin to look around, you go outside just to get a breath of fresh air, and you look towards the Castern Palace. You just stare at it. The biggest source of income for this town, its most important area, its most important resource. You're happy Rue Village would be good with it here, because you heard the tales of it burning down a few months ago or weeks ago, or attempting to be burnt down. You're glad it didn't. As these thoughts are passing through your mind,
Oh god.
a burst of green flame appears in the backyard of the Castern Palace, its garden. You watch as green flame begins to burn heavily. You immediately recognize the property of Alchemist's fire.
Oh shit.
You suddenly
I can't...
watch as a few of the Dunex sellswords start to run towards it, and you watch as those that start to get towards the building, another explosion happens as they run into the building, and it seems to stop them from coming out. You start to watch as 2 individuals in cloaks begin to rush past the main thoroughfare, and you're like sectioned off, so like you're looking from a distance, like you're quite a bit of distance away, and they seem to be running to the north side of town.
Those that I assume did the...
They seem suspicious.
Alright, I'll shout at Liliana, but chase after them dead sprint.
Alright, you shout towards Liliana on the couch to wake up. Liliana, you wake up in a startle, and you look out towards Theolyn, who seems to be dead sprinting north. As you get towards the door, you look out, you're dreary-eyed, you're drained, and you look out and you just see him sprinting straight forward. You both have taken a long rest, by the way, so any temporary HP is gone. Basilius, you do have a new spell called Holy Armor. It allows you to... I'll let you know what it is. It is a first level spell.
Okay, okay.
First level divine magic spell.
Okay. First Oh wait, it's holy armor, right?
Yes, holy armor. It's a spell that I'm actually adding to my new system.
Awesome. Holy armor. First level spell.
This armor. When you cast this spell, you touch yourself and create a set of armor made of radiant energy around yourself. It mimics the features of actual armor. So, for example, you choose which armor. Leather armor, you get leather armor. Plate armor, you get plate armor. It weighs nothing. It makes no noise. What it does is it gives you a general AC, and it does not count as wearing armor specifically. So unarmored defense works with it. You create the glowing armor, and it does shine for about 10 feet with bright light. So you are a beacon with it, so it's harder to stealth with anyways. But what it does is, if you create the armor, it gives you... if you create a light set of armor, it gives you 13 AC. If you create a medium set of armor, it's 15. Heavy set is 17. That's for any of those sets of armor. You can make it look how you want. You can make it not look how you want. You could say it's plate. You could say it's leather. I don't give a shit what you say it looks like. Those are the base ACs.
13. Creating a medium armor makes
Is 15.
your base AC 15 and heavy is 17.
Yes, 17. When you create it, you also add your charisma modifier to the AC bonus. So it would be 13 plus 5, which would, 13 plus your charisma modifier for light armor, for example.
Okay.
Light armor, when created this way, adds your entire dexterity to the AC as well, your modifier.
Okay.
Medium armor is a nice medium. It gives you medium armor gives you half your dexterity modifier to it, but it also gives you it gives you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. And that's rounded down, by the way, the half dexterity modifier.
Yeah.
And then heavy armor gives you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, and that's all. So they have their own uses.
So wait, light armor.
Light armor is
AC
full
plus...
dex modifier as well as your full charisma modifier plus 13. Medium armor is charisma modifier plus half dex rounded down plus resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing plus 15.
Okay.
And then heavy armor is 17 plus charisma plus bludgeoning, piercing, slashing resistance. So the best one is probably going to be medium armor in technicality, because you get to add 2 sources to your AC as well. So like you would have 18 immediately, plus let's say your dex is 4, you have 20. And then you also have the bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing instead. But if you want a higher AC, you should go with heavy armor. If you want just a standard AC with no bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, and you have a high dex, it's good to add it to light armor instead.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't really stealth with this too well because it does shine for 10 feet.
Awesome.
But this is the spell you now have. It is a first level spell, and you will have more abilities that I will give you at the end of the game because I don't want to go over them for 10 minutes. Yeah. Anyways, you begin to rush after these creatures. Make an athletics check to see how fast you can catch up to them.
Okay. I do want to do something when I'm within 30 feet, though.
Sure.
Athletics, that's just a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a 15.
You are actually starting to catch up to them, and as they seem to get towards an alleyway and push through a few buildings, they do not seem to notice you because you are not yelling. You are running, sure, but they don't seem to... There are other people running around the town, too, like, what the fuck's going on? And running around, so you don't seem to stand out to them too much. But you do manage to get to the alleyway as they've pushed in, like, a few seconds before you, and they seem to be rushing up to a small group of other cloaked figures. One who is carrying a large staff that comes up to a floating green gemstone, an emerald. A large emerald, one that looks like it could fit into an eye socket.
Oh, shit. So do I get within 30 feet of, like, that group?
Unfortunately, they're starting to move back to the other group, so it's now going from a group of 2 to a group of 7. So if you wanted to get within 30 feet of those 2, you would have to do it right now, and unfortunately, they're joining up with the group as you're getting in. So you would be able to get within 30 feet of this group if you wanted to, the full 7.
Would I, before, have gone outside, been able to get my items back on, or are those not delivered yet?
They haven't been delivered just yet.
Liliana, you better be coming up behind me.
Liliana, you saw him take off. What are you doing?
I am running after him.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Okay. Fuck. I fell down. 9.
9. It's gonna take you a minute, but you can get there in like 30 seconds.
Okay. I think I am going to show myself to them, but I want to do so. As long as I can get within 30 feet of all of them,
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to, for the first time ever as Theolyn, I'm gonna activate Conquering Presence.
The fuck is Conquering Presence?
That is a Conquest Paladin channel divinity.
The One Piece.
I force each creature of my choice that I can see within 30 feet of me to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a creature becomes frightened of me for 1 minute, and the frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of their whatever. I also, however, have Aura of Conquest, and whenever a creature is frightened of me, its speed is reduced to 0.
Okay. What's your DC?
My DC is 17.
So the two groups, the two individuals that threw the bombs and seem to run back here. As soon as you step out and you begin to approach them, they seem to pull out like small crossbows and they start to aim it at you. We'll get to them to that in a second because I want to see what you're doing. You see the other 5. 4 of them begin to look at you and they start to pull out small swords, and you see maybe one of them pulling out a small hand crossbow as well, but they seem to be... well, actually, sorry. 2 of them are pulling out swords, and 2 of them are pulling out wands to point at you because you've just approached them. The mage seems to turn its head towards you, but then turns it back towards the tower. Describe what it looks like as you walk out with your Conquering Presence here.
I think Theolyn has never felt such a genuine rage before at seeing that castle or the palace fucking blow up in alchemical fire. The embers that kind of float off of him gently are now rising like a raging fire. His hair is floating, his eyes are just like, you know that kind of anime thing where it's just a glowing color and wisps?
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, his eye, glowing orbs, wisps of power. And if you would allow me, I'd like to cast that spell I just got, but make it the armor of the King of Iron. Like look like
Fuck. Okay. That'll be heavy armor, by the way.
Yeah, I would go for heavy armor.
Okay. Yeah. So. As you step forth, give me 1 second, actually. I'm just trying to see what other image I should do. This one. As you step forth and this binds of iron summon around you, you see all 6 of the individuals who aren't the main mage seem to just suddenly freeze in fright as the mage stands there, seemingly unaffected by your abilities. As they seem to freeze and you begin to approach them, the mage turns around. He seems to have this, like, platinum mask on with green, like, ivy-like kind of details that seem to glow in a similar form to the Lime Tower. And he looks at you and back to his individuals. Looks like I have to deal with this. As he steps forward, he pulls his staff up and slams it on the ground as suddenly a small ring of green energy surrounds him and lines begin to force themselves off of it, making this archonic pattern around him. I need you to roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
At this point, Liliana, you manage to come into the alley and see this happening as you're breathing heavily.
I'll roll initiative in chat.
Yeah, please do.
Just so.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can just tell me.
Well, I will.
Okay.
13.
13. All right.
He's probably still goes first.
Liliana, if you'd like to roll initiative as well, as you see your friend suddenly approaching. You see the King in Iron approaching.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, I got a 4.
Okay. You're a bit worn out from that run, but the man goes first.
What?
The mage goes first. As he looks towards you, he seems to be casting a big spell that seems to need time to build up, but he points at you. As he does so, you feel like this energy courses through you. He flicks the gemstone on the top of his staff, and you see this sickly green ray forces itself towards you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, that is still a +7 to this, though. That is a 22.
22. That is barely a success, motherfucker. As the ray flies past... Well, the ray comes towards you. You just move your head out of the way for just a second. And it seems to fly past you and past Liliana. As it strikes Liliana, you see a small, like, barrel. The barrel just turns to dust and disintegrates. He looks at you. Interesting. He's going to use an action surge to cast another spell at you. He's going to cast Magic Missile at 6th level.
Oh boy.
So that's 5 extra darts. That is 8 darts. Alright. Let me go ahead and roll this in channel.
Just at him or also at me?
Just at him. He hasn't seen you yet.
Yeah, you're hidden behind my visage. You're 5'1". I am 6'3".
20 points of force damages. These eight missed. Actually, no, sorry. It would be 28. As these 8 missiles slam into you. And you can see, like, they all appear, like, they suddenly appear, like, ammo appearing around his arm as they just... like a minigun from him. How are you still standing? Do not interfere. We simply need a distraction. The alchemist fire will put itself out. Or will it? Your town seems to be really reliant on those cast turns. Maybe you might need to be helped. Maybe you might be helpful in putting it out. Have you thought about that? Anyways, that ends his turn. And the countdown decreases by 1.
I'm going to... How far away is he from me?
He is about 30 feet from you.
Oh, right, because he was within the aura of my presence. Yeah. I'm gonna go up to him, ignoring all these lackeys. And I don't have a weapon, so instead, we're gonna go pure fisticuffs.
Alright, you rush up, taking your fist you like grab the back of his head to go to punch him. Go ahead.
I'm going to channel guided strike, so I get a +10. And that is my strength plus proficiency bonus, right? For unarmed strikes.
Yeah.
So this is a +5 beyond the +10. Oh. That is a 13 plus 5 is 18 plus 10, 28.
Okay. Yeah, you strike him straight in the mask. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, sorry. It's
okay.
It's 1 plus your strength. Sorry.
Which is 2.
So 3 in total.
Yeah.
You strike him in the face, and you see him take a step back, but his staff stays in the ground.
And then I'm going to hit him with another one and expend my last channel divinity.
You strike him straight in the face, your hand lets go, and you bring it up and strike it down on the top of his head.
Motherfucker! Hell yeah!
What?
That's a nat 20 for 35.
35, yeah, that is a... Let's see here, that's a triple crit, so that's 8 times the damage. So what, it's 3 times 8?
Well, I'm gonna smite.
Okay, yeah, 3 times 8 is 24, plus...
We're gonna expend my innate spell, which is 5th level, so 5, and then fuck this guy. So 5d8, 6d8, 7d8, 11d8, 15d8.
Yeah, I think this guy will perish.
18d8. We'll stop at 21. But I have expended all but 4 of my first level and 1 of my second level. Fuck this guy. 21d8. 90.
90 times 8.
Multiplied by 8
So-
is 720 damage.
720 plus 24 is at 744 damage. So, as you bring your hand down and strike into this guy, the buildings around you crack with the force of your blow, breaking and shattering. Oh my god, this is an actual anime fight here. Give me a second here.
This is.
Oh god, did my Discord just crash? Hello? No, it's just lag.
No, I
Okay.
can.
This lag.
Hold on, give me a second here. It
Certified
is...
anime baddest moment.
No, it is... It's literally just fucking this, bro. As you strike him, the area around you explodes. The buildings begin to crumble around you. And you see this man who should have been paced in the ground manages to keep standing. And he stares up at you as you see him like go unconscious for but a second. His mask shatters and you see the face of a half-orc. As he's used his relentless endurance, motherfucker, to stay at 1.
Is he? What? Wait, it doesn't like relentless endurance mean if I don't
Wait, no,
outright
hold
kill him?
on. Give me a second here. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, no, you see him like stand up for a second. His body just turns to jelly as he flops to the ground. Out of character, he had 200 health.
Yeah.
So you crush his bones by a single fist pump into his face as the staff hits the ground. The gemstone.
Is this the emerald gemstone that the general was hunting?
As you look down, it does seem looking familiar.
I'll grab it.
As you grab it, you grab this gem. Like, it looks like a chaos crystal, basically. It's like a good, like, half a foot long gemstone at the top. And it looks like it's a diamond cut emerald. So, like, it looks like the diamond shape, like the shape you think a diamond is. And as you hold it, there's beautiful inscriptions of, like beautiful, almost Celtic designed, like, lime green color inside of it that seems to shine and glow and shift with arcanic presence. As you hold it, you feel divine energy pulsing from it. You hear voices. You feel abjuration magic pulsing through you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, I have a plus 14. 25.
25. You're good.
Okay.
As you hold it, you watch as a small green light appears in the center of the gemstone. As you hold it, you look up because something shines in your eyes, and you see the tower shines for a second in the distance.
Well, the general probably needs this back. How do the mooks look like they shit themselves after I one-shot their boss?
They died by the splash damage.
Oh.
Liliana, you watch this man suddenly turn into the King in Iron, just step forward and just bring his fist into someone's face, bring it out, bring it up, and just smash an entire city block with a single punch. In fact, the entire buildings have collapsed on themselves in this area around this, like, 70-foot crater. Liliana, you got blown back by the attack. You see the buildings themselves have collapsed in basically that, yeah. And you watch as you actually smell blood, Liliana, from inside the buildings.
Oh no. Did I kill people in my village?
As you look around, the rage starting to seethe and end. By the way, the armor lasts for up to 8 hours. Or until you
Yeah.
You look around, and you do see blood pooling out from one of the buildings, yes.
Oh no.
Oh no. What did you do? What did you do?
I turn around slowly.
He's just covered in blood and gore.
Nope. She's gonna turn around and just... No.
As you look towards Liliana, you see the Castern Palace is still in green flame and burning.
Yeah, I'm gonna run there and trying to put out the fire.
Liliana, you get over there and you begin to control flames, because I believe you have it, correct?
Yep.
After about an hour's worth of time, you manage to put out the flames and save what little Castern cactus is left here. Meanwhile, Theolyn,
Yeah.
you look down to your hand, which is covered in blood. The armor seemingly shifting in and out for a second as your rage is still not ending towards these individuals. And you look down towards the blood as you begin to lift a little bit of the building and move it to the left or right, the little bits of stone. And you see the lifeless, not moving body of a young child, crushed by the stone and mangled.
God damn it.
Theolyn,
Yeah.
make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. That's not good. That's a 22.
22.
8 on the die, but I have a plus 14.
You feel your mind beginning to slip as this rage is now boiling even hotter and hotter. And you start to watch as parts of your body are starting to engulf in a flame. You're starting to watch your muscles grow larger. Your vision is going red. What are you doing? You still have your mind, but it is slipping fast.
I think, knowing that he is about to lose all control
That's true.
of himself. Actually, yeah. I think first Theolyn prays to Shugroth to take this child that he fucking... No, I know. He's governing of the undead. That doesn't matter to the living.
No, he doesn't care. Whoever worships him or whoever he wants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He prays a million times over that Shugroth take this child that he's so carelessly, in his moment of rage, has killed. And then I know that we said earlier that we didn't go there because I didn't want to show Liliana, but can I go to the underwater or to the cave with the water in it and just go under?
As you're praying, repeating the mantra in your mind, take this one, it's innocent life, and you're starting to lose control of even your voice at the moment. You're starting to let out groans like you can't even speak properly. You are about to enter into a rage, a blind rage at the moment.
I think I'm What?
Yes, Sugarloaf to help you cleanse this rage.
Liliana, you've already gone to the Castrian Palace. He is by
No.
himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I meant a lot of people.
I think he'll run into the desert to like just an empty part of the desert as fast as he can. And I don't know if Sugaroth would know how to channel rage, so I think he'd actually talk to the King and I.
All right. So as you begin to rush out, you begin to run in a random direction. Roll me another wisdom save.
Let me open my box. That's actually rather nice. That's a 28.
DC is climbing, by the way, just so you're aware.
Yeah,
You need
I
you need a
figured.
certain amount of. You need 5 successes before you fail 1. Because this is like you were just in a huge rage, and then you just killed an innocent person on accident, and you are starting to like at this point lose grip of your sanity. Because you haven't done this before. This is the first time this has happened to you.
Yep.
And there's a lot going on in your mind. So, at the moment, you're at 2 successes.
Oh.
Basically,
Oh boy.
Gesh, basically, as you feel your body, like, expanding, heating up, you feel your mind is slipping, and the DC's getting fucking high, man, just so you know. It was 20 that time, just so you're aware.
Boy. Okay.
You're starting to rush, and you find yourself kind of being led by this gemstone you have in your hand towards the tower. As you're starting to get closer, your vision is going more red. The entire desert is now red in your vision. What are you doing? It's like half a day's travel to the tower. You're about a good 2-minute travel away from town. You don't want to, your character knows he doesn't want to be in town if this happens.
I think I don't know if I want. I'm not going towards the tower. That seems
As you
pretty
continue to step, by the way, sand is turning to glass as you're stepping at the moment.
Oh boy, I have to. I can't go towards the tower. That's what that orc wanted, and I think that's what the orc wanted. I hated him. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna step to the right from the road towards it and go straight in that direction, as far away from town as I can.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and talk to like in my mind, try and direct a message to.
I will say this. You can choose your destination, or you can attempt to talk to the King in Iron, because your mind is slipping heavily and you can't really focus on multiple things. So you gotta choose.
I think I'll get far away.
Okay, so you start to rush away from town to the east as much as you can. You start to run, and it doesn't pass your mind. You get about a few minutes travel away, and you're approaching that druid's hut.
Oh no.
I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
That's another 28.
Just so you know, every success only increases the DC by 2, just so you're aware. So 28 succeeds, that's 3 successes. You're getting closer to the druid's hut, and at this point you've almost lost complete control of your mental thoughts as well. What are you doing? Your eyes have completely gone red. You can only see like vague details and shapes. You can't even see like as you look up, you can't even see the stars.
I'll now talk to the King in Iron.
Okay, remember
try.
at this point, consider your intelligence to be 7.
Okay. King, help, please. I think that's all he can say at this point.
Make me a persuasion check.
18.
18. You hear in your mind, "This, unfortunately, is your battle. Prove yourself." And you hear a second voice enter your mind, a familiar one you've heard once. Soon. "Valor over strength. Strength with valor. Strength through it. pull through and prove yourself.
Oh boy.
Is there anything you want to do? You have abilities, you have different things. What do you want to do?
Okay. Let me check my regular shit. I can't cast spells at this point. Alright, what can I...
Well, in technicality, your spells are through your charisma because you're a caster.
Yeah.
They're through your... Actually, in technicality, your charisma has been reduced to 7 too because your force of will... All of your mental stats have been reduced to 7 at this point.
Okay. I figured that...
I will say this, because domain is separate, it's the thing of your entire being itself. I would consider that you could still use your domain once if you wanted to. I'm just letting you know that. What are you doing?
I think I'm going to lay on hands myself to center me.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's from my divine magic, so I think even to myself, the feeling of like Shugroth's magic and my own ability would help me.
Okay.
And I did take damage, so this will serve a practical purpose. I'm gonna heal myself.
How many points are you putting in?
I lost 28. I'll do 30.
Okay.
So I'll still have 20.
You feel the divine magic push through you, and as you put your hand on your chest, you are burning like a fire pit, maybe even molten magma. You look down, and your entire arm is just coated in orange flame. You look down, and all around you, and you look back, the entire path is just made of glass.
Oh boy.
I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw. Remember, your wisdom is considered 7 at this point. With
What
advantage.
is that? Negative modifier.
That's a -2. With advantage.
Okay, so -2 plus 4 is 2, and then with my aura, that's 7. Okay. With advantage, come on. I have a question. I know my aura, I have an aura of courage, and this is active as long as I'm conscious. It means I can't be frightened. Would this help me at all?
It's less of a frighten your mind breaking than anything.
Yeah. The thing is called Aura of Courage, so I'm wondering if after that speech from Soon about valor and talking
You already have advantage. You're not going to get double advantage. Yeah. But yes, it would be helping you here, yes. Now that I'm thinking.
Okay. Okay, plus 7. That's not good. That's a 16. Come on. That's better. What's 16 plus 7?
23.
23?
Hold on, let me roll something here. Let me roll a D100. Okay. You feel your mind slip. And your last thoughts are burning, and the visions of the blood of that child you just killed. The burning of the Castern Palace. Those fucking pricks. And the last thing you see in the distance as you look over your shoulder is Rue Village. And you start to reach your hand out in a fit of rage. As you pull your hand together, you watch as the fist comes together. Rue Village explodes.
What? Oh.
Huh?
Liliana, this doesn't actually happen. But Liliana, as you finish dousing the flames and you look off into the distance to the east, and you see this pyre of fire. It's like tornado of it. And it's getting closer and closer to the city.
Yeah, I will run towards there and try to mentally contact Theolyn.
Alright, so as you reach out to Theolyn, because you see this twister of fire approaching the city, and you need Theolyn's help, you contact Theolyn, and all you hear is rage just burning through his mind.
God,
At this point, the tornado is getting closer and closer, and you get ready to stop this whatever tornado it is, and you start to see your fingers are starting to disappear.
Oh no.
As you begin to disappear, you look as the tornado starts to enter the boundaries of the village. And you watch as a few guards are like, what's going on? And they start to rush forward towards it, getting water buckets. And they're like, is that a per? And you just see immediately like this large axe made of flame just slice through one of them.
Oh shit.
You then see a bit of fire shoot off like a javelin through another, piercing him into a building before that building catches fire and starts to melt, even though it's made of stone. And you start to see Theolyn's visage, though expanded and just heavy muscles, pectorals the size of your entire body. This 20, 30 foot tall creature made of fire with Theolyn's kind of facial features. Hair made of golden energy and radiance bursting off of him. Seems to be coming through town, this calamity. As he begins to walk, sand is turning to glass around him. People begin to run away in fright. As you begin to disappear, you also watch he's disappearing.
Thank fucking God.
Damn, fuck. Did I destroy Rue Village?
You destroyed a small part of it before you disappear.
Oh, thank God.
As a few buildings and quite a few people are destroyed in your rampage. However, that is not the end of your problems. As Liliana, you appear again, waking up in the middle of Kutola's forest. And you look and see Corwin and the rest seeing you just appear out of nowhere. Corwin begins to ask you a question before suddenly you hear the burning of fire. And Corwin turns around as you see that hulking berserker approaching the group. And that's where we're ending this session.
You know
Oh,
what?
fuck!